Hey! Oh my God. Oh my God! We're here again. It's time. I feel like I'm too close. I don't want to get in your personal bubble. It's a big thing nowadays, the personal bubble. I say, hey, get away. You're in my personal bubble. If you're in like here, that's the personal bubble. Stay out of it. Anyway, here we are on yet another Thursday. And it's full album spotlight time. You want me to whisper it in your ear? It's full album spotlight time tonight, Thursdays. Right after Michael Pilmer's stream. Pilmer had a great stream tonight. He was talking about puppets and dildos. And he beat an infant near to death. You always get a thumbs up on that. The further you can kick an infant across the room, it's all aces in my book. So good for you, Michael. Michael Pilmer, he advocates kicking, punting infants across the room. He was doing kind of a head-banging infant thing where he had literally like a live infant wrapped around his neck. I think he broke its legs, and he was whipping it back and forth, gave it like that crib thing, you know, when they get all messed up in the crib. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys are doing all right on a Thursday. We got in the room here, man. We got Randy. Dead Wax is in the house. Good to see him. I'm assuming Randy's going to be with us on Saturday because I put him up in the pre-announcement kind of thing that we do here on the channel. Hydra 21 coming up real quick on Saturday, this coming Saturday. Hydra 21. So don't miss it. I know John's going to be there, and I'm pretty sure Randy's going to show. HTOMC, what's happening? Richard, he's in the house. What's up, Richard? Miss you, the single greatest hype chick in all the vinyl community. Probably on the planet, maybe the universe, the multiverse. Yeah, good to see you. Jay's in the house. Good to see you, Jay. What's happening, brother? Darren's in the house. Good to see you, Darren. What's happening, Holmes? Pamela Pumpkin's in the house. That's a guy. If Pamela hits on you, and you're one of the guys in here, don't fall for it. Don't meet this guy like on rest stop exit 26 off the turnpike. That's the kind of shit that gets you in trouble. Remember that singer guy? He met somebody on one of the bathrooms off the highway. Look what happened to him. Malia's in the house. Good to see you, Malia. What's happening? Who else? Pilmer's in the house. Baby punter extraordinaire, he's in the house. Nate's in the house. Good to see you, Nate. My man. Bobby G's in the house. Hey, Bobby, don't go nowhere. This is right down your alley, brother. Right up your alley? Down the alley. Do you go up an alley? Do you go down an alley? And anyway, it's in an alley, and you're going to like it, Bobby. So stick around. Roxy's in the house. Roxy is one of the most manic chicks I think that I've ever encountered. I think to myself, is this full on all the time? Is this a 24-hour thing, or is it like when the camera goes off, she's like, oh, I'm fucking spent. And she curls up in a ball in the corner and just has to kind of recharge. Good to see you, Roxy. Good to see you. Adrian's in the house. Yo, Adrian! Hey, there's like a billion of them. Good to see you, Adrian. Eddie's in the house. What's up, Eddie? Eddie's home cleaning his records, man. He got like a $15,000 record machine, his cleaning machine. It comes with its actual own human being that actually washes them for you. It says sir and all that kind of stuff. Yep. Don't be a lot lizard. I'll tell you some story about some lot lizards sometime. Roxy, yeah. Curl your hair. That stuff, I've got some stories that'll curl your hair. Yeah. Tim, what's happening, Holmes? My man Tim. It's just for you, brother. Good to see you. So, I hope everybody's having a good week so far. I'll tell you, I got a lot of work coming up. I got one day off today. I had Thursday off. I got to go back to work tomorrow. And then I got Saturday and Sunday again. Second consecutive weekend in a row. Then I got Monday off, and then I got another 4 days, and then I get an actual weekend off, and then I think I got a little bit of vacay time coming up. I think. I'm not sure. Every time I sit down and go, hey, I'm going to get a day off, and I get a call. Hey, we need you. We love you. We need you. Come on in. And I go, fuck. All right, I'm going to come on in. So, yeah. Hope everything's going good for you guys. Listen, I hit the liquor store, the spirits store the other day. And I picked up some Patron Silver, and I got myself some of that really good GMO-free, no corn syrup, no artificial flavors, margarita mix, the liquid stuff. Look what I did. I took one of my old Patron bottles, and I filled it up with margarita. So I got a full bottle of margaritas here. They say go 4 ounces of the juice. And then they say go 1.5 ounces of tequila, and I go, no, I'm not doing that. I went double. So we got 4 in here. We got 4 ounces to 8 ounces. I think I'm not the best at math, but let me just say, shit's going to get real here tonight, I guarantee it. Yeah. So, tonight, on the show, and it's good to have you guys. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me tonight. Much, much appreciated. Man, let me tell you. Hey, Randy. You don't want to give the man too much alcohol. Too much tequila. Start to kind of, things get loose. You know what I'm saying? Things start to disappear. They fall off. And you may regret giving the man too much tequila. Don't get me out in public with too much, because next thing you know, the dude's going to be this guy needs to put more clothes on. He's chasing all the ladies around, and maybe a couple men. You never know. I don't pigeonhole myself. But, yeah. Hey, Kimba. Kimba, good to see you. The always beautiful Kimba's in the house. Good to see you. Listen, tonight, let's get on a serious note, like if... Serious note, yeah, sure. Listen, I got a good album for you tonight, and this is a full album spotlight by popular demand. I get emails, I get text, I get mail by pigeon. I got like one of those owls came from like Harry Potter and dropped off, a note to me, and they all said the same thing. They said, Aaron, hey Aaron. I said, hey, what? First off, you're an owl. How are you talking to me right now? And he goes, who? And I said, you. And he goes, listen, can you play some Killing Floor? Because we like Killing Floor and we want to hear the entire album. And I say, yes, I can play the entire album for you. So, if you don't know, this is the UK-based blues rock. Yes, there's blues in there. But let me tell you, there's also a lot of fuzz. And there's some psychedelic in here stuff. So we got some psych, we got some blues rock, and we got some straight up rock in here. So this is UK based. This is 1970. And this is Killing Floor's second album. Now, having said that, people that know me know I like anomalies. Especially within a band's discography. And this, sir and ladies and sirs, women's and men's, this is the anomaly within the discography. This is nothing like the first album, 69, and this is nothing like the album 71 or 2. And then they disbanded, got back together in like the early 2000s, which is crazy. This is a beautiful album, well made. Somebody's always got something to say. Can you guys hear me? Am I talking too low? I just got a message by Owl that said your mic's too. What did it say? Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. Hold on. No, that can't be. Let me check. I think Randy's just fucking with me tonight. Oh no, it is. Look at this. Look. Hold on. Okay. All right, we got it now? All right, shit. Now I got to go back and do my monologue all over again. Okay, now let me know. Do I sound better now? You know who else did that? It's gone. It's gone. Oh no, there's no sound. Hold on. This is not going well. Wait a minute here. Microphone, webcam, microphone array. Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me right now. How about now? Can you hear me now? You can hear me? All right. All right. Somebody said it's gone now. Somebody said it's gone now. So am I back now? Can you can you hear me? All right. Okay, you can hear me now. I'm assuming you can hear me now. I think you can hear me now. Microphone array. Things got all switched up. Here. But I know it's USB, so that's got to be it. All right. How's the sound? Tell me how's the sound. I'm not going to even say another word until you guys tell me you can hear me. Can you hear this?
Can you hear this? Can you hear me?
Could you hear that? I think that's good. I think we're good now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. And thank you, Randy. Okay, so this whole time I'm talking into my my camera mic, and I don't like the camera mic. Okay. All right, don't. All right. Okay, so where was I? Anyway, Killing Floor. Let me recap real quick. UK based. Okay. They say blues rock, but it's more like heavy rock, blues rock, psych. This has got a lot of psych in it. You guys are going to dig this. I played a song or two by this band before in kind of Cerberus, the Two-Headed Dog session, and Hydra. Greek mythology, Roxy. Look it up. I know you got a minute. Bleep bloop it up in your thinking machine. Nate's in the house. What's happening, Nate? Good to see you. Okay, we're all fixed up now. All right. Okay, so we're going to play some Killing Floor 1970 for you guys. Maybe I should just go back and restart, and we should start this whole thing over again? Should we just start again? Should I go out and just pretend like none of this ever happened? Yeah, that's right, Kimba. And you are part of the reason why we're playing this tonight. I think Kimba sent the owl over from the Harry Potter place. They do. They sing a lot about whores. And we like whores here on the channel, by the way. I'm a big fan of whores. Jay's in the house. Nate's in the house. King is in the house. Tull's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's going good for you, Tull. And everybody else tonight. Anyway, I made some margaritas right here. Super strong. Got my... This is my mushroom salt shaker. Gary's in the house. Good to see you, Gary. You got here just in time. And HTOMC, yeah, good to see you, homie. I think you're a homie. I'm assuming you're a homie. You may be a homette. I'm not sure. If you're a homette, let me know. I don't want to call you homie if you're a homette. But yeah, we're going to sit back tonight. We're going to play this album front to back, just like Mama taught you how to wipe. You don't want to go back to front because you get all the bacteria in there. You got a whole problem. They're going to make up a name for you in school. They're going to make fun of you. And just go ahead and keep it clean. Go in the right direction, people. So I got this guy queued up already. And then I'm going to be drinking this margaritas. I'm going to be drinking these margaritas right out the bottle. DA bottle. So, you guys ready? I hope everybody's having a good week, good night. I got a little stifled there because of the audio situation, but I think we're okay now. All right. I think we're okay now. So good to see you guys. Weekend's coming up. Doesn't mean shit for me. I got to work. Yeah, that's right, Malia. Afterwards. This is not that long of an album. This is in a Karma press, by the way, and I'll show you this as we go. There's a lot of chicks on here. You guys like chicks? Look at all the chicks on here. The whole face is a chick, but there's a lot of chicks inside of the chick. There's nothing like a chick inside a chick, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Okay, here we go. Adrian, kickback. I hope you guys got your cold snacks all set up. I got my cold snacks right here. Man, I'm going to have a good time tonight. Not worrying about what happens tomorrow. Live in the now. You know what I'm saying, people? Live in the now, right now. Put a cherry, bloop, right on top of that motherfucker and make it your own. So let's get going here. Killing Floor out of Uranus. It's not your anus. Well, it could be out of Uranus, but since we're talking about the planet. Planetoid, it's a planet. And it's out of Uranus. Enjoy, people.
I want you to meet me. Yeah, where nobody else ever goes. I want you to meet me. Baby, where nobody else ever goes. Well, it's alright, baby. Yes, Lord, it's alright by me. Yeah, it's alright, baby. Oh, honey, it's alright by me. Oh, yeah. Well, if you don't like my lovin', honey, well, then you can't have none of my cream. Well, the sun keeps shining, the rain keeps falling down. The wind keeps blowing, the sky is turning brown. I'm so high, can't find my way back to the ground. I can hear a rhythm, got my head is spinning round. In the midst of the seconds, feeling like a clown. I'm so high, can't find my way back to the ground. Gotta hold out or break down. Gotta go, gotta get myself away.
is, everybody. Good night. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Come on back. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing around with you now. We got a whole second side coming up. That's just side one. And you know how normally these were formatted. And if this is any kind of indication of what side two is going to be like, the record company said, hey, Killing Floor. And they were, what do you want? They said, listen, we want to put all the radio-friendly stuff on side one. And then you can put whatever you want on side two. Whatever. Nobody cares. So, we're going to bust out side two on this mother humper. I hope everybody's digging it. So, you hear some blues rock in there. You can definitely see why that they were kind of pigeonholed into that blues rock thing. Because the first album, Killing Floor 69, definitely nothing but blues rock. Nothing but. A lot of harmonica and all that kind of stuff. Out of Uranus, not my anus so much, but pretty much out of Uranus. Completely different. There's some peppering of blues rock in there for sure. But you hear that fuzz and that psych shit going on in there, and you can see what direction they were going in. And it's kind of a shame because they didn't quite hit the mark after Out of Uranus. They didn't quite get there. So one album after this, one album before this, they disbanded, came back 2002, something like that, 4, and just completely tired by then. So this is as good as they've gotten, Killing Floor, unless you're a strict kind of UK blues rock guy. If you just like the blues rock with the harmonica and that kind of, it is what it is. But again, anomalies. These are the things that I focus in on are the anomalies within a band's discography. And this is the anomaly. This is where they stepped out of the box. They went and did a little bit different, more unique, took more of a chance. I almost hear the record company going, listen, at Uranus, that was okay, that stuff you're doing, but can you go back to doing like our standard format because that's what people want to hear? And I think they relented and went back and did what they were doing before, which is sad because you just can kind of imagine the progression. Like if the progression would have been natural and they would have kept going and going, 70, that's plenty of psych coming out. 71, still plenty of psych. Still plenty of psych coming out. I know we're starting to hit the tail end of psych, 71, and but they still had some time. And I think they could have really done much more if they would have just focused a bit more on this kind of stuff that we're picking out here that makes this album really fucking good. So, yeah. Let me spin this guy over, and then we will listen to side two. And then we'll bring a couple people up and see what we can't talk about. Get a few people up here talking. So, come on and join me on side two, would you? Let's do it. All right, I'll say this. This is one of those albums that side two, especially on this album in particular right here, it's full of cat hair. I have no idea where the cat hair came from. I keep my stuff in sleeves, you know what I mean? There's be a lot of electric, it's a lot of magnetism in this album, I think. It's attracting a lot of cat hair and such. And I'm not going to clean it. That's that's right, Kimber. You spied them correctly. Sleepy pants. That's what I got on tonight. Some people call them pajamas. I always forget what they're called. I call them night clothes. Clothes of the night. Sleepy pants is what. I'm not sleepy though. I'm okay. These margaritas are really fucking tasty. Hope you guys are having a good time hanging out. We got a whole nother side here. And we're focusing on Killing Floor, Out of Uranus. And this is our full album spotlight Thursday. Last week, I was a little beat up, a little tired. A friend of mine was going through some stuff, still is. If you're out there, Mikey Bananas, thinking about you, homie, love you. I don't want to keep going about that, but all the support in the world out there for my friend Mike. So I wasn't really into going on and sitting in front of the camera, kind of doing my, dog and pony show, as they call it, the pony dance, like a dog and a pony dance around. I don't know. But I did make it up on Sunday because it came back on Sunday, and it did a Sunday blues church session on Twitch. And I spun nothing but blues over on Twitch for over 4 hours, and I had a good time there. So I feel like I kind of redeemed myself. But here I am back for you YouTube guys. Cross-pollination is difficult when you go from YouTube over to Twitch. So I'm here back with the masses over here on YouTube, hanging with you guys. Jammies, that's another one. Well, what can you do, Bill? What can I say, Bill? Dude's got a nice hiney. What can I say? For a 51-year-old hiney, it's pretty tight. I keep that sucker tight. Do a lot of walking, a lot of working, a lot of climbing up them ladders. Keeps them glutes. Bam! Get a couple rocks, you know what I mean? A lot of people my age, 50, 51, they're long. Like they got long butts. There's nothing like a long butt. Dude's got a long, wide, flat butt. Ugh. Anyway, let me check out the chat here real quick, and then we're going to bust outside, too. I hope everybody's having a good time. What are you guys doing on the weekend? You working like me? You're probably not working like I am. I'm trying to get all this work in. The thing is, in my trade, what I do for a living, there's this kind of sparse time in, like, November. Everybody's doing their Thanksgiving thing, and a little bit before that, people are on vacation. And then December comes, and everybody wants it done right now. I got to have it done now. I got company coming. Got to hang some paper. I can need my room painted. Got to get it done now. So I'm getting it all done now. And then I'm going to have some time in the end of the month. Could be hanging out, relaxing. Be more... Shit, man, I might be up here every other day hanging out with you guys. You might be getting sick of me. You think a guy talks a monologue now, right, in this, album spotlight thing. Think if I just got up here for a few hours, just did nothing but talking. Can you imagine that? People be sleeping. What's up, Eric? Hope you had a good day, homie. Hope you had a really good day. It's killing floor, Michael. It's not killing joke. It's killing floor. And there's a lot of ladies on here. That's what I like about this album. They're really focusing on the ladies. And a guy likes the ladies, you know what I mean? I'm all about the ladies. That's right, Randy. Randy's another guy. He's another blue-collar worker. Without people like us, the world doesn't get built, and the world doesn't get maintained without people like us. Blue-collar people. You can sit in your chair all day long, go bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop on your keyboard. And you go, hey, how you doing here? Sell you some, how you doing? And then you get home, you go, I had a long day. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I go, yeah, you're tired? Mm-hmm. Maybe your brain's tired. Maybe your butt's tired from sitting down all day. Come on out and do what I do. Come on out for a week and just try to hang for a week from what the man does every fucking day. Then you're going to know why the butt's so tight. That's why the hiney is so, it's a taut hiney, because I'm just working all the time, sweating up a storm. Glutes are flexing. Calves are pumping. Biceps are flopping left and right. And now I'm trying to backpedal out of what I originally started talking about. Anyway, listen. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe I'll go both ways, Kim. But maybe I'll dress up in a suit and I'll go paint some rooms in a suit. Let's see. Would you like that? Maybe I'll try to please the masses, and I'll go both ways. I'll wear like a nice cummerbund or something. I'll wear like a tuxedo, and I'll go paint a living room or a kitchen. Think about that. Butt talk. Yep. Malia, hey, it's almost like you've never been here before, Malia. It's almost like this is the first time you've been here. You got to pay the piper. When you come here and Aaron does his dance for you, does his little monkey dance for you, you got to pay the piper. And the piper is constant talking in between the music. That's just the way it goes. Just consider it like this. You turn on a radio station, you got a guy yakking, he gives you a little bit of information in between. Consider it's like morning radio and awesome music all in one package. Well, but what could be better? That's right, Malia. Some good people out here. Let me just be serious for a minute. I really appreciate you guys coming by. I do. It's why I keep doing what I do. I really appreciate you guys coming by to hang out. It's just me in here in this big old place. I got a cat over here sleeping, probably farting up a storm on my couch over here. It's just sleeping. And I'm here hanging with you guys, and it's because I want to be here. So I appreciate the input. I appreciate the support. You guys are, like I always say, you're staunch supporters of my show. And you listen to my monologues and my bullshit, my yakking in between. And I really appreciate you guys for it. So having said that, I think you've paid enough. I think the fee has been paid. Your time has been served. And we're going to let you go with good behavior. And we're going to bust outside too here. So hope you got your cold snacks. I hope you're having a good time on Thursday. And don't forget this Saturday, Hydra 21. That's 21 episodes. We do them bi-weekly. And I've never missed one Hydra since we started 21 episodes ago. So if that's bi-weekly, what is that? About 19 years now we've been doing this. I'm not that good at math, but you get what I'm saying. I've been around for a while doing this stuff, so it's good to see you. And let's kick back and have a good time, all right? The season's coming up, and I hope everybody's feeling festive. And time for side 2, Killing Floor. Out of Uranus? No, it's out of Uranus. Go ask a scientist, they'll tell you. It's out of Uranus. Here we go. Cheers, people.
Trouble and war. Now there are wars and there are people, and the two just never mix. Cause the fighting and the dying are the fault of politics. So call for the politicians, call for the men to school, call for the men who lead us to disaster and trouble and war. Now this world is so corrupted with television by the hour, feeding rubbish, making money for the whole world to devour. So call for the politicians, call for the men to school, call for the men who lead us to disaster and trouble and war. Yeah, call for the politicians, call for the men to school, call for the men who lead us to disaster and trouble and war. Seem to leave my mind in a maze. It's all that I can do to keep from crying. People don't realize what's to blame. Yeah. Need someone to save my soul from dying. And offer me a love that cannot wait. Every night when I need the presence of you in my room, that's the time when I'm lost in my world of dismal gloom. Like a lost ship that sails amidst an ocean, the compass of my mind is in a whirl. My eyes seem to burn with tears of fire that trickle down my face like muddy pearl.
It's true, you got the power, how can you? Lost alone, me and you, trying hard to know what to do. Yeah, tried so hard to know what to do. I'm gonna find a new way. it hurts. We play, we try a new way. Every night, me and you trying hard to know what to do. Yeah, I've tried so hard to know what to do. I'm gonna find a new way, even though it hurts. Peace of mind, like a river finds that evening tide. No paranoid thought's gonna bring me down. My home's my home, my home's my town. My home. salad and ice and she let you ball. You can smoke, you can drink, you can run around. It's my home's my home, my home's my town. My home, my home, my home, my home. Get stoned, get stoned, get stoned, get stoned. Stoned. When that milkman calls, I'm out at my work. When that milkman calls, I'm out at my work. He take my woman and leave my milk behind. That milkman's so big, yeah, Lord, he's oh so tall. That milkman's so big, yeah, Lord, he's oh so tall. She gets his loving and make me feel a fool. to get myself to you. Don't understand a thing you do. I feel it burning deep inside. I want you to be my life. Lord. Myself to you. Don't understand a thing you do. I feel it burning deep inside. I want you to be my life. When I caught that milkman laying in my bed. When I caught that milkman laying in my bed. Rolling my woman, man. Rolling my woman, and now his milk is bad.
right. There it is, people. Man, what a trip, huh? That was Killing Floor, 1970. Out of Uranus. I know we all like to say Uranus. You go, Uranus, oh, Uranus. It's not. I know it's got anus in it, but come on, man. Get your mind out the gutter. So yeah, there it is. Hope you guys dug it. Killing Floor, 1970. Some of the coolest UK blues. You can hear the blues rock. There's blues rock on this album. Blues rock, hard rock, psych. Yes, psych. Yeah. Yep. Glad you dug it, John. John, feel free to go back and rewind it. Hit it up in the beginning. Maybe check it out at your own leisure, as it were. Put the link out. You guys want to come on up and talk for a minute? You know, I got this box set. It's been a long time since I've done a standalone video for recent pickups. I showed this on my Sunday stream. Now, look at this. This weighs about, 10 pounds. This is the new Celtic Frost Dance Macabre box set. And this motherfucker is rad as shit could possibly be. I'm going to be doing a standalone video on this box set. I'm going to unbox it for you guys, and we're going to talk about what's inside. And we're going to sit back and have a good time, talk about some Celtic Frost. Some of you people out there know Celtic Frost was my first metal show. And I saw them in Philadelphia, 85, 86, into the Pandemonium tour for Celtic Frost. Anthrax, Exodus, Celtic Frost. Great show. I'll never forget it. Into the Pandemonium tour. Had a great time. So I've always had a love and affinity for Celtic Frost. And let me tell you, a guy had to go out and he had to work extra hard to make the money to pay for this box set, because I've never paid this much money for anything vinyl related in my life. So I hope you guys are going to dig that video in the future. That's right. See, John is the other guy that I talked to about what went on during that time, because John he said he went to the New York show. I saw the Philadelphia show at the Tower Theater, and it could have been within days. It may have been within a couple days of each other. So back in the day, myself and John, we were hanging out, banging our heads. I distinctly remember that show because the Tower Theater in Philadelphia, it's set up kind of like an old opera house where you got a first main floor, then you got a second floor that kind of sweeps over in like an ellipse. And we were on the second floor, and there were so many joints and bowls of hash and weed, and this show was so fucking banging that they were banging their feet like in unison. And this whole balcony, I swear, was going up. It must have been going up 6 or 7 inches. It was just flying up and down. I don't think I was maybe 14, and just got lit the fuck up on hash and really good weed. And I remember Anthrax was playing that night, and Charlie was up there, and he did like a solo, and he played with normal drumsticks, and then he get a little bit bigger drumsticks and a little bit bigger drumsticks, and they would keep growing in size to where he was playing like these baseball bat-sized drumsticks that were about 4 feet long. Really, really fucking good show. I wish I had the stub to my very first show. I've looked for it online. I was going to try to buy one if somebody had one for sale online. I don't remember what I did with it, but I don't have my first metal show. Now, that's not my first show. I've gone to shows before that, very young. I've seen ZZ Top, and I've seen Frank Zappa, and my father gave me a disposable camera when I went to the Frank Zappa show, and I have a lot of pictures I took at the Frank Zappa show. So my first show ever was ZZ Top, and that was Cheap Sunglasses, and they were playing Cheap Sunglasses, and there were all these lasers coming out, shooting me in the eyeballs. And the Zappa show was a little bit after that, like the early 80s. And then, and then the Anthrax, Exodus, and Celtic Frost show. Really, really good fucking time. Hey, Cliff, what's happening, homie? Yes, you missed the entire record. You missed the entire monologue. You missed me talking about my butt. You missed me talking about my cat over there sleeping and farting. But you can always rewind. you can always just jump right back to the beginning, Cliff, and check out this album. What we played tonight, Cliff, and it's good to see you, homie. I hope everything's going good for you, Cliff. Cliff's a good guy, man. We played some Killing Floor, 1970, UK-based blues rock, hard rock, psych. A lot of psych in there. So, is that the name of your that's the name of your book, Aaron? Send me a copy. I want a copy of that. So, okay. Now, I put the link out. If anybody wants to come up and talk for a minute, we can talk for a minute. If not, no big deal. I got a big comfy couch over here. I got my sleepy pants on. I can just jump right over there and watch a little bit of TV and kind of wind down for the night. But honestly, I'm not done my margarita mix here yet. I mixed up this whole bottle of Patron. I put a bunch of Patron Silver in there and some margarita mix. I'm hoping to, maybe you guys can entice me. Come on up, talk to me for a few minutes. Let me know what you thought about the album. Maybe you got some albums you just picked up you want to show. Let's keep it like, hard rock, stoner rock, doom, psych, progressive. No pop, no rap, no contemporary blues. I'm going to keep that for another show. But if you want to come up here for 1 minute and hang out, maybe Nate wants to come up. Hey, maybe Kimba. Hey, Kimba, you want to come up? Hey, Kimba, you want to come on up? Come on up and hang out, Kimba. I'm inviting you up. Come on up. John, you want to come up and hang out for a minute, John? Come on up here and help me finish my my tequila drink, would you? Oh, no, it's not going to go to waste. My intentions were to kill this bottle tonight. And I like to kill this. So come on up here and help the guy finish off this bottle. Tell me what you've been doing lately, what you've been doing with your life. If you got anything planned, you got any shows you're going to. Pick up any new wax. Maybe you stubbed your toe going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. One time, I was on my way to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I had my work boots down on the carpet, and I kicked my work boot with my little toe, and the boot didn't move, but my little toe moved. I broke it completely backwards. That little toe turned into like this grape. It looked like a fucking grape. Not the light green grape, but the really super dark grape. Man, that motherfucker hurt. I was in there yelling, 2, 3 in the morning. The guy's yelling. Didn't even get to pee. I was on my way to go pee. Lucky I didn't pee myself. I kept my composure, but I snapped my toe. And that's not the only time I snapped my toe on one of my shoes. I did that twice in my life. You think a guy would learn. Move the boots out of the way. Put them outside the door in the mudroom. So these days I keep all my shoes down on the stairs. When I come in the house, I go to walk up my stairs. All the shoes come off. No shoes up here. No more breaking toes. No more yelling in the night, scaring people, screaming in pain. Bloated little toe like a grape. Yeah, don't do it, people. Move your boots. Yes, I can, Malie. You want to come up and hang out? Come on up. Hey, I'll tell you what, Kimba. You think, it's just a little tiny toe. Doesn't make a big difference. No big deal. It's just your smallest toe. You think, you break your big toe, maybe that's something to whine about. But that little tiny toe, man, that sucker had me yelping. Reminded me back in the, you want some random, I'll throw you some random thoughts your way, because I'm in that kind of random thought kind of mood. Back when I was about, 13, 14, I'm walking around town, and there's this is a true story, there's a couple dogs humping out front of this guy's house. 2 dogs are humping. Those dogs, they kind of got the hooks. They get in there with the hook kind of barbed, thing going on, and they get stuck in there. And this guy came out screaming at these, hey, break it up, you fucking damn dogs. You out here yelping and humping out in front of my house. They couldn't split up because he was locked in. This guy comes out with a bucket of bucket of hot water. You want to see? Don't ask me to come up with my random thoughts, because here's what happens, John. Now let me finish my story, John, and I'll say hi. So, this guy's pissed off that these two dogs are humping out front of his house, right, John? They wouldn't break up because you know how dogs are. They get locked in there till they're done their business. This guy goes back in the house. He comes out with a pot of fucking steaming hot fucking water and throws it on these dogs' crotches, and the skin literally like melts together, and there's these two dogs like human centipede like screaming out front of this guy's house.
Not
now,
cool.
don't
just get the garden hose.
You could just throw a rock, maybe. I don't know. Just I didn't get it. Anyway, that's the kind of random
My
thoughts.
old man did that. We were. I was a little kid. We were down in Florida, and we were at the. Am I coming in okay? I just turned this thing on.
Sound great. Good to see you.
Okay. So and he was checking the car at like 4 a.m. He saw the overhead light on. Why do I hear an echo? I don't know. Maybe I have echo on.
Let me see. No, you're canceled.
All right, maybe it's just me. But anyway, the light was on the car. Guy was hot wiring the car, so he had nothing. We were in a hotel, So we just boiled a thing of water, went into the car, dumped it on the guy's head, and then ran back in.
Oh, he did the pot of water on a human.
Yeah, on his face. And the cops came, and he called the cops. And he says, I don't know. He said, what do he look like? I don't know, but you're going to be checking the emergency rooms. And meanwhile, we packed, got the hell out of there.
I bet you he never tried to rob a car again, did he? What's up, Eddie? I said, what's up?
What's going on, man? Hey, John.
Hey, Eddie.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Thanks for answering me, man. I thought you'd give me the cold shoulder. I'm like, I'm talking to Eddie. He's not talking back. He's giving me the stink eye. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I was just fucking with you.
All right, good. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man.
Would you like my
I hear an echo
story? You hear an echo too?
Yeah, I heard an echo right now.
Hold on. I don't like to set mine at echo cancellation because I always forget. Here, I'll set mine. Hold on.
I mean, maybe the people don't hear it. Maybe it's just us. I don't know.
It's going now?
Check. I sound good? You sound good? Eddie? He's frozen.
I can't tell if he's frozen or not now. You're doing a good job.
He's listening.
Okay, he's back. I was like, man, that's the greatest stone face I've ever fucking seen.
There's like a refresh there.
Okay. You hear any echo now? Is it cold?
Oh, shit. So you guys saw Celtic Frost when they were...
So I got
You got your ticket, John?
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't keep many tickets, but I got this one.
Ah, look at that.
Anthrax, Celtic Frost, and Exodus.
Exodus. There it is.
That's
There's my
a
story.
And I didn't talk to him, but Tom G. Warrior was like a couple people after his show was over, they were on first. He was like talking to like some older being like 18-year-olds, and we saw him, but I didn't say hi. I wish like I went up to him at least, that you didn't realize what legends these guys were going to be.
John is the only guy I know that saw that tour in the same time I did. New York and Philly, it had to be the next night.
Oh, yeah, within a night or two, yeah, depending which direction they were going,
Yeah, my brother took me. I told the story. It's the only cool thing he's ever fucking done for me. He took me, his buddy had a van, and he put me in the back of the van with no windows, and we got baked all the way somewhere. He didn't tell me where we were going. We just showed up somewhere, and he opens the side doors, and he goes, "Happy birthday." It was for my birthday, and he hands me this ticket to the show. I was like, God damn, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And we got stoned on hash and weed that whole fucking night over at the tower, man. It was just such... There's so many shows I can't remember, subsequent shows, but this show is stuck in my mind like glue, man.
Anthrax were at their absolute peak because it was the Among the Living tour, and they were like at the height, and like Caught in a Mosh and Indians was huge, and after that record, it kind of they got more popular, but they did the rap thing and stuff. But it was so good because it was mostly just the second and third album, they were playing.
Now, did Charlie do the giant drumsticks thing where they got bigger and bigger?
I can't remember. I can't. I just remember like a vision of where I was, and then like in the hall, the lobby with Tom G. Warrior, and Exodus obviously was after Paul Bailoff.
Do you
That
remember
cult.
what Celtic opened with? Because they opened with
They
Mexican
opened
radio.
with Mexican radio. Absolutely,
Okay,
they
yeah.
opened with I remember that,
So fucking
and
cool.
I can
man.
remember like Indians and maybe I Am the Law, like some of the big songs, where he wore the headdress.
Yeah, he's dancing around stage. So fucking epic.
Yeah, Scott Ian had long hair,
yeah.
He didn't have a skullet yet.
No.
no skullet. It sounds like
saw
some
them
kind of
on
meal, doesn't it? Skullet.
I saw them on that tour, but it must have been later because it was a different lineup. It was them, Metal Church, and a bunch of other bands that played it in. They played in the summer down in San Antonio. That's when I saw them. Same tour though.
Anthrax played a lot.
The same tour,
big,
Eddie?
It must have been the same tour because they were touring amongst the living. Because he came out with a headdress and Indians was huge, all over the radio, all over MTV and stuff. So I saw them touring that.
86.
I think it was 80,
85 or 6.
No, 87. 87. I would have been 15. 86. I was going to shows, but I probably wasn't taking the train alone in the city at 14 or 15.
What month was that, John?
It was in December 11th, 1987.
December.
So 16 I would have been.
What's up, Eric? High Def is back. You went to work out. There you go, Malia. Malia wants to come up and hang out. Gonna have our first girl up here, John. You all right with that?
I can handle it. She's a little cranky.
She cranky. You know how these kids are, man. They don't get their Bruce Springsteen fix. They get all aggravated. Yeah. So, did you see the box set, John? I'm really psyched to do a video on this. Man.
I saw you show it on Instagram. I didn't see it tonight. I only walked in the door at 9:30 or so.
Yeah, here. There it is, John.
Oh, nice. Oh, maybe I didn't see. I saw the. You were showing the albums or something on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I pulled because I've got like a European boot of To Megatherion, and then the To Megatherion that came out the
That's
box
right.
set.
That's what I saw.
So the left one was from the box set, and the right one was the European boot.
Cool.
Yeah, but how fucking cool! I'm really psyched to show it. They sound really fucking good. All the wax is kind of colored in the same vibe as what the cover art is generally. So everyone is different. There's some EPs up there, some unreleased shit, cassette from like their first session ever, and what else? USB drive that's got all the music on it. 45. So just packed with shit.
Cool.
But the most I've ever, it sounds really, really good. Yeah, I've heard plenty of OGs. I don't have any OGs myself, but I can tell you, for what you'd spend just picking up three of these OGs, you're not that far off from just picking up the entire box set. So, and
those
Tom
OGs
G was,
expensive.
yeah, and Tom G was part of the entire situation. He was art director for this box set. So it's all done by him and authorized by him. So everything it's really done very well. Of course, the covers are a little bit on the thin side, but that's typically kind of what you get when you get a box set. They're a little bit skinnier than normal. I could see if they're standalone LPs, they'd probably be thicker, but they're safe in a box, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, I do like. I know Tom hates it, but I like the Cold Lake record. It's actually really good.
Tom wishes that never existed. He calls it.
I know, but it's actually if you listen to it, it's really good. If you don't look at the photos, that back photo shoot is horrible, but it's actually a pretty good record.
It's not terrible, but in comparison, he calls it a complete mistake.
It's absolutely a mistake, but it's still a worthy record. Believe it or not,
you've at least got to omit Cherry Orchard. I mean that's it's not a really good song.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I like what they were doing there. He was going for like a goth thing or something. It was interesting.
Definitely a little mainstream.
He always said like his favorite band was Sisters of Mercy, and like he was always trying to like reference bands that weren't metal, whether to be hip or what was true. I don't know, but he, I
He's
kind
one
of
of the
like it.
most honest. I've watched a few of his interviews over the last few weeks. He's probably the single most honest, humble, down to earth people ever. I mean, as far as in the music business, I mean, he's a really genuine guy and a lot softer and kinder than a lot of people would give him credit for. Like he talked about his past when he was young, and he got a lot of shit in school. Like he said, he got beat up every day in school, going to school and stuff.
He grew up in a small town, and he was part of the only rockers, him and a couple of other guys. So they were outnumbered. They were the outcasts.
Yeah, and they started in that church, like the basement of a church, like the rec room, and that's where Hellhammer started. It was just like 4 or 5 misfits or 7 misfits would hang out down there. And they were the only kids in the whole country basically listening to Venom and, that. And they were kind of just making their own stuff almost parallel with Venom,
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. He said it was leaky down there and it stunk. But he said it all lended itself to kind of the vibe that they were going for. So it's kind of outcast.
And they're a band that I grew to like more. Like when I saw them, I liked them because they were part of the thrash scene, but I didn't really get them until after that show. I saw them and started, because when you listen to Slayer, Metallica, they all had these catchy songs like Hit the Lights or, Die by the Sword. And then like Celtic Frost was more arty and almost avant-garde, like noise and screams. And it took me a long time to understand what they were doing. They're just creating like an atmosphere almost throughout the record, as opposed to having like verse, chorus, bridge, solo. Verse.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, total atmospheric, especially into the Pandemonium. I don't think they were any more experimental than they were during that album.
Yeah,
and a lot of people, well, you're going to get mixed reviews no matter what you do. But a lot of people complained that he was kind of whiny, and we would kind of make jokes that his vocal, a little bit whiny. But I loved that they weren't afraid to kind of jump out of the box, and it's extremely experimental. Experimental is the one word.
Their records hold up. The records hold up as not masterpieces, but brilliant records.
Brilliant, definitely of the time and unique in that genre, and essentially maybe created their own type of genre as far as their experimentation was concerned, because they weren't afraid to jump out of the box, and a lot of people were sticking to that formula once they found it. Yeah. You have a favorite? I think my favorite is probably Morbid Tales, but To Megatherium's like a close second.
Yeah, to Megatherium was the first one I bought. That's probably my favorite, but I like them all.
Yeah.
What's that? Emperor's Return? I have that EP.
Emperor's Return. Yeah, that's in the box set too. Yeah, the original cover art, the one that they wouldn't. What do you have that, John? Can you show that?
Let me see what I got.
Because the original cover art that they wanted, Eddie, the Noise wouldn't let them put on there, and they put some kind of variation of artwork on there, and this box set has the original artwork on it.
All right, look, this is not an original. The Morbid Tales, I never had this one. This is the reissue. But what is this? This is huge. This is a double album. This might have like the demo. This has the rehearsals and the demos. Yeah, these are all original.
Oh, you got that one, Eddie?
Yeah, Into the Pandemonium. I had this.
Look how shiny that is. That's real shiny.
Yeah, I had this back in the day, and they're just fantastic. I'll make this up big. They were just, they were cool looking. And in this,
classic.
Just brilliant. And then there's Cold Lake. This is I actually like this record, but like they were trying to cash in, but they couldn't quite do it, and it still sounds like Celtic Frost or fucked up music. And there's the original Emperor's Return, and I don't know. Some of them have inserts. This doesn't have an insert.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the original artwork.
Yeah.
Is that a reissue? Is that
this is on Metal Blade, the American.
Yeah. I think it was on Noise on in Germany and Europe.
Yeah, it was in Noise, and I almost want to say the track listing was different or something. I feel like I could be misremembering. I almost feel like the track listing was different, and they maybe put a sticker on or something.
Yeah, okay.
That's my Celtic Frost.
Yeah, I'll show a couple of these. Yeah, here's the Emperor's Return that comes with the box set.
They didn't edit the artwork whatsoever, like cover up
Yeah.
nipples or anything.
Yeah, this is interesting because of the wax is kind. This has got the you can see through it. It's kind of they call it like I wish you can see through it. Hold on, maybe if I put this. Can you see through it? No, you can't see through it. But it's got.
No, you need to put the light.
They call it like a galaxy variant, where if you put a light on it, you can see right through it. But it's also got. It's got a couple of these. It's got. I Won't Dance.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's got Sorrows of the Moon and One in Their Pride, and it's got this one here, straight up Celtic Frost with the original logo.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's the demos or what? I don't know what that
this
is.
has got. What has this got here? This has got.
Oh, nice.
So it's got
Morbid Tales, Messiah, maybe. I wonder if that's the same as the bonus disc on the.
This has this has In the Chapel in the Moonlight, so it's got one song on it.
Oh, I don't know that.
In the Chapel in the Moonlight. That was one of their. It's a song that was like omitted from one of these albums.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't think I know that track.
It comes with this 45. It's got visual aggression and I think Journey into Fear and visual aggression.
Cool.
And yeah, so the Emperor's Return and Tragic Serenades.
Nice.
I've got that in the picture disc.
Yeah, and it's got Jewel Throne and Usurper and Return to the Eve. I'll do like a in-length kind of video on these, but I'll show you real quick. And it's, of course, got Into the Pandemonium. Just so fucking stoked to have this fucking album. I've got these on cassette. I bought these back in the day on cassette, and I still have these cassettes of the few that I still retain. Of course, Morbid Tales. And my favorite, this is the one I showed the other day on Instagram, To Megatherion. And this is completely different. Everything's different about this than the that UK kind of repress.
Now that artwork was H.R. Geiger.
Yeah, that was the Geiger stuff. Yeah,
yeah. They wrote permission to get to use that, and found out the guy only lived like a couple miles away from them. He's like,
he ended up having a really good relationship with Geiger for years and years until he passed away. As a matter of fact, Warrior is like one of the co-producers, or he's part of running Geiger's art estate now. Like he's a big part of what that Geiger stuff.
He was an administrator in his inner circle. He actually helped him, get things done, produce shows, books.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, he's an administrator. So let me show you a few of these pictures real quick in this book. It's a really cool book.
Nice. Those are cool pictures.
Yeah.
They were way ahead of their time.
Yeah, it's such the era, with the pose and the makeup. I love it.
Yeah, you had to look mean.
Yeah, that's how Slayer started, when they used to wear the makeup and the poses.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's like a few. Again, I'll do a whole long video on this coming up pretty soon. But I was really psyched. I just kind of closed my eyes, and I hit that kind of cyber sale that was on Amazon, and I saved like $40 on it. Cool, but I was going down to the wire. You see the clock ticking down. It's like, you got 5 minutes. You got 4 minutes. And I was like, I just got to close my eyes, and just clicked. And I was like, it's on its way now. So can't go back now.
Aaron Griffin went to the museum in Switzerland.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think it's in. Is it a novel or where it's in? The physician I work for goes to Switzerland every year for a conference. He lands in that city where that museum's at, and he drives to Davos. So I'll go with you one year, but I'll stay in that city just so I can go to that museum, the Giger Museum. And who's that? Don't worry about it.
I'd love to go.
You don't
I'd love to go. Yeah, Dave just showed up. What's happening, Dave? Good to see you, brother. Better late than never. Hey, you can always rewind and go right back to the beginning, Dave. You can check out Killing Floors, what we played tonight on the full album Spotlight tonight. So had a good time playing that. Sorry you missed that, John, but you can go right back and check it out, homie.
Yeah, you know what? That record is definitely on my list.
Eric is in the abyss.
Thousands of records, but it's definitely one I'd like to get.
Awesome. Well, pick that. I'll tell you, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I know it sounds good, and you guys heard it tonight. So that's the Karma to 2002 presses. I think it sounds pretty fucking good considering.
Oh, you got the I've got a Somar pressing of that.
What is it? Say again.
2011 Somar.
Somar.
Sommar. Yeah.
Oh,
they were a reissue.
Yeah, I think this was an official repress with by Penny Farthing. I think was the first company that pressed this originally back in the day.
Okay,
so they gave the okay for. Yeah,
they did good records, that label.
Yeah, but yeah, John, that was a really good one, man. What's up, Eric? How you doing, homie?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Woke up after a post-work crash, so
looks like
Eric's for a couple hours and go back to bed.
That's what you got to do, man.
So, I mean, I'm waking up at the exact same time every day. So once the body gets used to waking up at the same time every day, it'll get used to going to bed at the same time every day. But yeah,
it's like the very first time. Eric's all ominous. He's backlit.
I'm trying to keep all the bright lights down so that he's easy to transition to sleep. What's that?
You're in Charlie mode, man.
Oh shit! Did he just say the C word?
John, picked up anything lately?
No, I stopped buying records. I just have to take a break. I spent too much money. We went to New York and spent a lot. Now Christmas with the kids and everything, I can't.
He'll be buying shit next week.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I'm not buying anything. But,
I meant this week. Yeah. Tomorrow's Friday.
There's no
What's
set
up, Russ?
rule.
Good to see you, homie. Hope everything's going well, Russ. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by. Russ, if you missed the album, you can just go back and rewind. I think this is going to stay up. I don't think we're having any problems with copyright stuff. So
all that ass talk, though, man.
What about you, Eddie? Anything new?
You don't like the ass talk, Eric?
Yeah.
I picked up. Are you familiar with the levitation sessions?
Oh yeah,
you're familiar with the levitation?
That's the tie.
Oh, okay.
I saw Slift on the levitation session.
This is a shoegaze band out of Mexico, Mintfield. And this is their levitation session recording.
Yep.
If you like shoegaze,
I just watched it. That's on the channel, Eddie. Eddie, you're a little choppy.
Yeah, and then the Black Angels from Austin, psych band.
Shit.
Yeah,
they used to do the Austin Psych Fest a lot, didn't they?
Yeah. And then just this I got today. Liquid Sound Company. This is the side project of John Perez, who is the guitarist for Solitude Eternus, the doom band from Texas. This is his side project, Liquid Sound Company.
I would blind buy that in heartbeat. I wouldn't even think twice about it.
It's a nice cover.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. This is, I think, his third or fourth record. This is the latest one. So yeah, John Perez's Liquid Sound Company. And that's it. I've got some other stuff, but it's already been filed away. And I've ordered a lot of soundtrack singles from Japan that are on their way. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I should have something.
Cool.
Eric, you're scaring me tonight, buddy.
No, I'm just trying to keep it dark and chill so that I don't have to transition when it's back to bedtime. You know what I mean? So
I feel like I'm going to meet you for the first time, and this is going to be the environment I'm going to meet you. I'm going to be like, maybe I'll just sleep in the truck tonight.
just in there, just
Eric-
candlelit bedroom, you and me. Yeah.
Remember,
Well,
we were
dude,
talking about soap?
I got like
Hey,
this weird thing.
Brent's
What's up?
gonna get pissed.
Yeah.
Watch it, buddy. You're stepping on Brent's toes.
Oh, well, Brent.
Brant.
Okay. Oh, Brant.
Brent
Oh,
York.
Brant Bjork. Yeah, that's your boyfriend. I forgot. I'm sorry. And, no,
Watch it, buddy.
wouldn't it be great if he visits the Carolinas? He takes a photo with me, and then replaces the StreamYard cover up in the corner. Just me and him. Just
Don't you dare, you bastard.
Aaron.
Don't
But,
you
bro,
back on my man crush.
I smell nice though. You know, I have it on good authority that Brant Bjork smells like armpits.
He smelled like an Italian hoagie.
Yeah. What do you got to say about Italians, man?
That's
Say it with your chest, huh? Yeah, you some bitch. No, but here's a weird thing though, man. Because so I got to get another. My sister has these really cool, like mid-century, like kind of like bubbly round.
Hey, we got another Eric here. What's happening, homie?
Bauer. What's up, Bauer?
What's happening?
But so I got I'm gonna put those two chairs, one in front of the stereo and one at the foot of my bed, because I got this weird quagmire. Right, my living room is very comfortable. It's very conducive for entertaining and hanging out, which is where I would with the bulk of all my friends. But if I'm with one buddy that really appreciates music, my vintage stereo setup's in my bedroom, and I'm not trying to make it feel like I'm trying to kick it in my bedroom with someone like you're trying to get them one step closer. Like, hey man, you want to listen to my '70s setup?
Come on in my bedroom. That's where my setup is.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What records are you pulling?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, they're like, "Are you playing? Are you pulling Slayer or are you pulling like Al Green?" You know, you're just like,
Hey, Ben, Eric. What you do? Did you just get back from the gym? You out there punching?
Back from the gym and then had some dinner and fucking chilling.
How you holding up?
I'm doing all right, man. A lot better than I was like this time last month. I still get some of that residual chest pain from all the dead tissue that's still healing up in my lungs, but doing back to the gym like 3 or 4 times a week now. Not the 5 that I was doing before, but trying to get back to normal for the most part.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Keep on pushing, man.
The not drinking and the not smoking, that bit's like a little bit tough, but
Yeah, but that'll work out for you in the end, really.
well, and I'm still having like a couple beers a week, like like every other night, every couple nights I'll have a beer.
Yeah.
Just nothing, no getting tanked, like
Yeah. This is I think this is my first, my second now, but I haven't drank in a week, I don't think.
Yeah, I usually only drink when I'm doing these streams.
Yeah, it's kind of so like anytime someone sees me, I have a beer in my hand, but like real life, I'm
I think we're
pretty
complete
much
fucking
working.
lushes.
Yeah.
Well, I was drinking daily before the hospital, but like not getting hammered or whatever. Like, later, Eddie.
I think it might have been a connection.
Yeah, a bit.
Not
We didn't
getting
kick him out.
hammered or anything, but like 2, 3, like like kind of weak beers a day, give or take. But
Russ Shaw's asking
God
what
forbid I
happened.
drink water. I mean, shit.
You want to recap what happened, Eric? You got somebody in the crowd asking what happened. You feel comfortable talking about that?
Who's Russ Shaw? Oh,
He's okay.
Russ Shaw lives in Everett. That's right. He's local.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I had a pulmonary embolism, Rush. Jesus Christ.
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush. Jesus.
I think he's still got a little bit of hanging out in there.
Pulmonary embolisms, multiple, like probably like too many to count. 3 out of 4 hemispheres were affected of my 2 lungs. So
Yousers.
yeah. If I'd waited a week, like another week, doctor says that I might have not come out of it the way that I did. So
Well,
Very
we're glad
lucky.
you're here, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like-
What? That's it. That's what you
I appreciate it. I'm
I'm fucking alive.
Like, I mean, I guess it's worth being around. Fuck, just gotta work and fucking yeah.
I'm still here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like it freaked me out. It put a lot of shit into some perspective.
Yeah.
So
Good
it's
for
like
you.
the second biggest health scare that I've had. There he is.
Yeah, there was some lagging issues going on. I don't know if it was my end or you guys inside.
No, yeah, you were lagging the whole time, but not badly, But
Okay.
so probably
Is it better
broke
now?
up. Yeah, it
Seems like
looks
it's
good.
better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, when you were showing records, it was getting a little skippy, but we saw everything. It's and the audio was fine. But
So Eric, you got a pneumonia or you got COVID? What was going on?
Well,
Oh,
I had COVID back in August, and it ended up being so the basically the if you trace back, I had COVID in August. It ended up being long COVID, but I was only sick for like 5 days. So after like 10 days of just hanging out in my apartment, I just kind of went back to normal. But then I ended up having like a massive pulmonary embolism back in October.
Shit.
Like late October. So yeah, and that was it. And according to the doctors, that was due like when I went into the hospital, they're like, well, you still have COVID. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I feel fine, other than my lungs being all fucked up. And they're like, well, you have it. And then based off of all my symptoms, that's what they determined was the cause of the PE. So
yeah,
because I didn't have deep vein thrombosis or anything like that. Like no like prior indicators of having something like that would occur. So
crazy stuff, man.
yeah.
Yep.
But hey, you know what? I'm tired of talking about that shit.
I was just gonna say we're not all meant to get old. You know what I mean? Just
Anybody got a prostate exam lately? That's
I have to get one.
Does it have to be a sanctioned exam, or can it be like an in-house kind of thing?
Man, I paid this homo behind a dumpster $38 and a half a hoagie.
Yeah, I'll take the cancer.
There you go. Ironically, that's the hobo's name, the cancer.
Earlier when Biz was streaming, he was all getting all dark in the cemetery, and I just wanted to be like, when I die, just throw my body in the trash. That's
I was sitting in the cemetery today talking about mortality. Everybody is so amped up, John. It was great. I said, you better take care of yourself. You end up like these people.
Yeah,
they're not all old.
Yeah, I take care of myself, but you got to live your life. So
that's
if I go
exactly
tomorrow,
what I said. You
if
can't
I go
live
tomorrow,
like
I got no regrets.
You sound like Giger, or you
Yeah,
sound like Tom G. Warrior now, John.
Like, my goal is to last until I'm a legit senior, and then I want to just kind of live like the William S. Burroughs life until I die.
Okay.
You
want to like have a spotlight in like a ministry video where you're
just like drugs, lots of drugs, just like smoking again and or like the Hunter S. Thompson life, like shooting guns in the woods.
Yeah, but he killed himself, so he wasn't happy. I don't know.
Well,
I would dare say not happy.
Burroughs or Thompson?
Thompson was not. I was ended in depression and stuff. Yeah. That's kind of like Robin Williams. You do too much cocaine, you can't keep that going.
No, you want to rethink that, Eric?
I don't know, man. I'm at least going to start littering like a whole lot.
No, Bauer. I just wonder if he wants to change his method of dying.
I
who would rather be?
Burroughs is more heroin. You could keep that going.
If I hit 80, we'll see where I'm at.
But 80 might be the new 60 by the time you hit it.
Dude, I hope not, man. I really hope not.
How old are you, Eric?
46.
Oh, 46. Oh.
Yeah. So can you imagine medical technology in 30 years?
Well, I don't think that I'll have access to it. So
at the same time, imagine the quality of crank you're going to get in 30 years.
Eric's going to go back on the meth again. I'm back.
I'm just saying. I'm not encouraging it. I'm just making a point.
I mean, I don't think I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
I think my talk earlier maybe was leading Eric down the wrong path.
Yeah, yeah.
I said take care of yourself. I didn't say give completely
man,
up.
I went from 2001 until like 2013 just completely sober. Like nothing at all.
Did you replace the addiction?
Yeah, I replaced it with Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
I was going to say Christianity.
No,
Say
not
Cinnabon.
Christianity. I tried the AA thing, but I got kicked out because I wouldn't accept Christ.
Is that part of AA?
I never knew that.
You have to accept a higher power, and I don't believe in a higher power. So
Cinnabon's a higher power.
Oh, diddly?
Go with that.
Cinnabon. Cinnabon's foul. Ugh.
Yeah, but it's better than, you know.
I don't know, man.
No, there's no Cinnabon in my life. You know, that's like you're in a small airport and there's no other choice.
Cinnabon.
Yeah, Cinnabon. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, guys
I'd
got
rather
to
just go to the airport, the mini mart in the airport. Whatever they call those mini marts in the airport.
Yeah.
They all have the
get
same
some Swedish
name.
fish.
Yeah,
some beef
you
jerky.
get a tote bag, a paperback book, and headphones.
Yeah.
I bought some headphones there. Fuck, I left my earbuds home.
Yeah. $13 race peanut butter cups.
It still cracks me up that it's 2023 or almost 2023, and you can still buy fucking porn in the airport bookstores. Like,
Oh yeah. What are you gonna do in the bathroom?
Dude, paper
think it's
porn,
just-
dude.
You don't just pee in the bathroom. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, you're gonna take a Penthouse magazine on the airplane, and just like read it.
no,
next to
no,
the
the airport
next to it?
bathroom. You just leave it in there for the next guy. Pay it forward. That's what I say.
Pay it forward. Is that?
That's exactly what you do.
You leave a personal inscription to the next guy who has a 3-hour layover.
That's right. Don't open page 48. It won't open.
Yeah.
It's stuck.
No,
Hey,
it's
I
not
rather
going
enjoyed
anyway.
page 103. You might want to skip past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I got some of the most. Luckily, it was inner sleeves and it doesn't affect anything. But I got one of the most jacked up boxes I've ever received in the mail today ever in history. And it was all dented and corner crushed and jacked up. And they put it on the front step, overhanging, not even like close to the door. And luckily, I got to it right when it was starting to get rained on.
Oh,
You're saying, I'm saying, bro, if that was records, I'd be so fucking pissed. But Black Friday, Final Storage Solutions had a sale.
Oh,
So
that's
if you
right.
buy Yeah, so if you buy in bulk, it's already better off. And then they had a whatever it was 15-20% off sale for Black Friday. So I bought a gang of outer sleeves.
Dude,
cool.
I fucking hate 15% off sales, man. It's like
What does it really mean in the end?
it's barely even a sale.
I have never bought sleeves.
What do you store your records in?
Just like throw them in the shelf and behind a dryer and shit like that.
Oh man.
So if they have sleeves and you're like, you keep them, or you're like, fuck these sleeves too.
Well, I'm not like a weird one of those kind of aggressively ripping LPs out. I usually kind of open it and then I gently pull it out. So a lot of records in there, I don't feel like I have the need for covers, but then all the new ones I buy sealed, I got covers on.
If you have enough records and you don't move often, you don't really need sleeves. Like if you have so many records, how often are you pulling that out? It's when you were a kid and you had like you had your 20, 30 records and that Deep Purple record got pulled out every time.
Over and over.
You moved 6 times. Those are the ones that get ring wear. No record of mine's ever gotten ring wear unless I bought it used with ring wear.
Yeah. Some of the darker ones, like the black covered ones, I'll keep in a sleeve. And then again, the new ones I'll keep in sleeves, but I'm pretty gentle with the way I file my stuff out. So
I doubt there's any record, even I'm trying to think of what I might have played the most that would get ring
Eddie?
wear,
What?
I come from the comic book collection, so you have to have the backboard, you have to have the sleeve. So when I started getting to records, the sleeves were a must. It was just inherited. Yeah, it becomes a habit. Like you sleeve everything up.
I don't even.
Anything new I put a sleeve on, but I still have tons of Well, I probably have 25% without sleeves.
What's up, Steve? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah,
Hey, Groovy Lisa, Aaron, anyone I didn't say hi to.
I wonder if you've got 1,000 LPs with sleeves on them. I wonder how much space that ends up taking up.
Well, it
Well,
takes up,
it-
if this is 100, it's going to take up this much space, or this much.
Yeah. I know that's to do with millage and the thickness, that kind of thing.
Almost to be that.
Yeah, see, Eddie, with all the records you got, you can make room with another maybe 700 records if you took them sleeves off.
I was
Probably.
organizing my shit the other night, and I managed to clear up an entire fucking cube that then got full with the to be filed shit that I put away. So now I have no room for anything else.
Oh yeah. It's a vicious cycle, unfortunately.
And I bought like a pack of like 30 sleeves a couple weeks back, and they're all gone now. So that it tells you the rate at which I bring shit into my apartment.
Yeah.
I recycle sleeves, so if I'm something, and it's got a decent sleeve, it's still in good condition. So scratched up, I'll keep it and just put it in a crappy sleeve and keep the good sleeves for my other record.
yeah. Well, I bought these like VSS sleeves, and it's like weird because now that I have like a exorbitant amount, there's like a hierarchy where all your most precious, nicest, old school, clean records, like a first press Kama Sutra dust, is gonna get one of those sleeves. And dude, those crystal clear VSS sleeves, man, it makes it pop. It gives like depth, and like it has a sheened outside edge. So if it does have light ring wear or minor damage, you don't see it anymore. Like they make the records look fucking great. And then my favorite thing about them is that they're cut to the exact dimensions. Since I don't have bookshelves, I don't have to worry about like a record falling out the backside, and all my stuff is flipped in. So I turn everything where I just side load it, and there's no weird overhang flap. And they, I absolutely fucking love them. So all old nasty outer sleeves, I'm just going to donate to a local record store. I'll probably put on those 5 and unders.
Dude, adhesive sleeves are the fucking worst.
Oh, they're the worst.
Dude, I was just going to
How
ask
many
Eric
covers
what
I
type he
ruined?
has. Well, first off, here's a couple things I don't like about these clear sleeves. Number one, I don't like that crackling fucking that sound when you got to open
the cellophane sleeves. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and I don't like Blake sleeves.
The second thing I don't like about them is that their seal is not as strong as a standard poly sleeve. They got that kind of cauterized seal that tends to break. What's the third? The third is when you pull those out over time, they have these giant linear scratches that end up in them long term. So they tend to look like shit even quicker than this poly sleeve. Now, of course, I'm not ripping on you, Eric, because you got sleeves. To each his own. But
these aren't the cellophane.
I'm not a fan of the adhesive the flaps. I can't have any of these flaps in my life.
I don't flap, and these aren't like the cellophane sleeves. They're just a higher grade sleeve, and the guy's like a weird chemist nerd that's a record collector. Then went all in on making every nuanced sub product for whatever anyone's individual tastes are. So he does like resealable flap, no flap, like the ones that have the built-in pocket if you slide your record in the back, so you're not like, dude, the guy's on a whole nother fucking level. And now he's starting to make like 3 different levels of like the Mo-Fi sleeve, the rice paper sleeves. And so the dude makes a gang of products. So, but I just love his fucking outer sleeves. I'm pretty frugal with inner sleeves. If it's a Mo-Fi quality anti-static, because I hate when you have like old paper sleeve and you clean your record and everything's all great. And then like the next time you pull it out, it's all like dusty and dingy and ugly looking, like you never cleaned it. And then you slide down that paper sleeve, and then you see all like the surface area dust and pollen from South Carolina just cling to it, and you're just like, the fuck, man.
I know they're. Yeah, John.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say there are at least 2 people in this chat right now that feel the same way, and I think we got some diagonal. We got Eric Weinbender and we got Eddie. I think they're really serious about not having any debris on their records and that kind of stuff. And I can tell you honestly, I've never washed one record in my collection ever. Some of the shit's got cat hair on it. Some of it's got dust on it. I hit it with the carbon brush and it all disappears. Not every time I look to buying maybe a washing machine, I think about how many fucking records I can buy with that washing machine, and I always go, fuck that. I could buy like 40 fucking records, man.
I clean I clean every used record I buy, but like new shit, like I take an anti-static cloth and I just wipe it.
What do you use? What do you use, High Def? What's your method of cleaning? You have a machine as well?
No, I just do my guy at my local record shop, he has this mix that he sells. So I buy that and I just spray it on the record and take a chamois and just I take a chamois and basically rub it along the grooves and then take a dry chamois and dry it off. And that's basically my method.
Gotcha.
I'm not spending a bunch of money on a fucking ultrasonic cleaner or fucking
No.
Right, Eddie? I mean, who would do that, Eddie?
Yeah, RCA.
for that.
Who would fall for that snake oil shit?
Yeah.
No,
I never in the 80s. I never cleaned records. I never cared. Like I never even thought about it. But for some reason, and I didn't even know what a outer sleeve was in the 80s. We just stored records. But for some reason, I kept all my records at some point in the 80s. I kept the original sleeve on it. And like this is like my Diary of a Madman I bought at the time when this was new. And for some reason, I kept the plastic on, and no one told me to do that.
Yeah,
And
shrink
all
life matter.
Yeah, like I have shrink wrap on so many of my 80s records. It's weird.
You're damn right.
Not
dude.
my early 80s, but as soon as like 83 or whatever came around.
I hate
John,
shrink
you know what
wrap.
it is, man. You know what it is. You're half a Guido, man. It's like keeping plastic on the couch.
But I don't know why I did that, because I didn't care about, like, it wasn't like my grandmother's plastic on the couch. Like,
no,
I
there's
never
some-
said
there's
like, I'm
Yeah.
going to preserve this record, but
Yeah.
like all my Metallica, all the thrash has got plastic on it. That whole heavy metal era.
I loathe shrink wrap. That shit comes off as soon as the record comes home.
Yeah,
Even
I
if
mean,
it's a used
but,
record,
I mean,
I
look at
feel
this.
that
This is
shit
the
off.
same plastic I bought. You know, this is older than you, Eric. You know,
That's,
I know.
that's actually
No,
nice.
I'm older
That's
than
nice,
that
John.
record. Thank you.
There was a big debate not too long ago
Well-
about shrink wrap and how it can be detrimental to your album, because some shrink wrap keeps shrinking.
if all four sides are sealed, once you unseal that side, the pressure's off. I mean, I have
Off. Okay,
I-
I gotcha.
I probably have 200 records, you know, whatever I had when I was a kid that have shrink wrap, and none of them are warped.
Yeah,
But
dude,
if
I got
I've opened.
I only
Probably-
shrink wrap to have the original old school price tags or a hype sticker, vintage ones. I'll keep them. If it's a new one, I may just take it off and then I'll cut the hype sticker and put it on to the bag. But if it's a vintage one from an old store, a cutoff or something, I usually keep them on just for nostalgia. They
I know
look cool.
Steve saw this. I showed this the other night, but there you go. You got that.
Yeah.
Remember the nice price? Like,
Oh yeah,
who
nice
the hell
price,
has
yeah.
that sticker anymore?
Okay, so that shrink, I'd keep that shrink. Okay,
I mean, look at that.
you
It's
got
got
me. You got me.
before they had prices, they used to have codes so they could change the price.
Mhm.
This was code F, and you'd have to
Right.
look up at the chart at the record store. Code F
Oh,
is $7.99 or $6.99, and they could change the prices just by changing that sign. They changed all the
Right.
prices in the record store.
Well, I just got a Human Guru ultrasonic cleaner, which is probably the most affordable one. It's not ridiculously priced, unless you buy those do-it-yourself kits. But for the extra $50, I'd rather just get that Human Guru. And it's done wonders to some of these older records that I had that sounded like crap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I can attest to how good an ultrasonic cleaner works.
Yeah, I'm an ultrasonic guy too, because I buy those old 45s and things that
Yeah.
were sitting with no sleeves for
Yeah.
literally 50 years. But
have
I
no
got
doubt.
I got a Chinese ultrasonic off eBay, and then I bought a motor and Jimmy rigged my own
do-it-yourself,
rotisserie, and
Yeah.
you know, so it's. But I spent the whole thing cost me $90,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
when
there
I
you
got
go.
the ultrasonic, I went to the hardware store. I did all this stuff. I said I'm just gonna rough do it because I want to see if it works, and what I built ended up staying. So, and that took me maybe a half hour driving there, an hour.
Yeah.
I have
So for
no doubt that they
$90,
work.
I got ultrasonic.
I definitely believe that they work. I just don't want to spend my money on one.
I don't either.
Depends
I
what
can't
you're
bring myself
buying.
to do
You
it.
know,
Well, luckily, I was gifted a spin clean, and then I was also gifted a record doctor. So it's just like I don't need to upgrade over that. So you get a good clean, and then the record doctor's going to suck up all the moisture and pull it out with the vacuum. But Scott, especially like a new record, if you have one of those old RCA groove brushes, any new record, that's all I ever give it: a good spray, a quick groove brush wipe, and then anti-static like microfiber towel, just like a quick wipe. I don't ever think about it. I never thought like, man, I need to detail this brand new record. Like, but yeah, for old records though, man, like you can't like I mentioned dust earlier. You can't control what condition you're going to find a dust record in.
Eddie does.
DJH is asking about 78s. I've never put a 78
I'm on
in
another
Abbey,
level, guys.
but 78, you know this.
He's so much better than we are.
Yeah. Keep talking,
78, 78, you only want water and soap. You don't want any other cleaning stuff, So I only just use a toothbrush. Those grooves are so fat. So a toothbrush, scrubbing it, and then a vacuum.
No
What
wire
about
brush?
that product, TegriClean? That's what they use at the U.S. Congress for records. I'm pretty sure they use 78s. And man, I think like
I gotta buy that.
It's concentrated. It's just like 10 to 20 drops per gallon. And it's I've been using that as part of my cleaning solution with a Kodak photo flow.
Yeah, I use the photo flow. Yeah. It's been in my Amazon cart for months. I just never bought it. The TurgiClean. I got to get that.
That's part of the reason why I don't want to buy one of those things is because I also don't want to have to buy detergent, and I don't want to have to buy a bunch of other shit that has to go into the making cleaning solution.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's easy, and you just put it in a jug. That photo flow I bought years ago, and I probably only used this much of it. Yeah, and I've cleaned probably over 1,000 records. Because mainly 45s, but
I have photo flow from having my own dark room back in the day. I still have some left over, but
it just cuts the water to get in the grooves because water is too thick. Like
you're halfway there, Eric.
Yeah.
I don't have
Gary put in the chat
anymore. I got a fucking
to the light, brother.
This apartment is like 600 square feet. Okay, I can only fit so much in here.
That's what I have in my place. See, that's why I hate cleaning records. It's like, dude, I don't have enough countertop space and places to dry things. It's not even about like the act of cleaning stuff. It's just like you run out of room. It's such a hassle, man.
Well, the good thing about the Lumen Guru that it also dries a record for you.
Yeah,
it washes and it dries. So it's just you pop it in there.
What did you say that thing cost, Eddie's? Like $350, $400, something like that?
Yeah, $350, $400. But I got the package deal, which included the adapters for the 7-inch and the 10-inch. It came with the cover for it, and it came with extra filters and a bunch of other stuff that they threw in. So it was actually a really good deal.
Bauer, you got all your beer money could turn into Humming Guru money now, dude.
All my beer money's been converted to record money already.
There you go. He got his priorities all lined up.
Actually,
Gary put in the chat that 78s are made out of shellac. Funny thing is, we used to take those old shellac records that were all fucked up and break them up in pieces. And we put them in a jar and we pour lacquer thinner in there and it would melt them down. We would actually make stain wood out of them. Funny, a little side note, the lac bug is actually where lacquer records came from. So it's a natural product that came from a bug.
Just as long as you aren't breaking up Charlie Patton records and Robert
I was going to say, just smash them like 1930s, 1940s blues records. Yeah.
$20,000.
Yeah, I have no idea what they were. There could be some of that on somebody's railing right now, and we never know.
I mean, most 78s are worth nothing.
I haven't had a record player that could play a 78 since my first record player.
My only record player that can do it is a portable one I have in the pantry in here. It's got a couple detachable speakers and that kind of thing. It's an old GE from 70. That does 16 all the way to 78.
Yeah.
My first record player was a combo turntable, 8-track, and cassette player. So all three in one. Kind of a piece of junk, but
you get those 78s from the mid 50s on, and there's nothing sounds better. The bass, because it's going fast. It sounds phenomenal, but they got to be in good shape.
Yeah, the very first stereo I ever played music on was a hand-me-down my dad let me fuck off with when I was a kid. Was a combo 8-track record player. You know, it's like this first thing I ever listened to music on was 8 tracks. I remember shoving the matchbook in there and, you know, all that jazz. Yeah.
Yep. Put the quarter on there.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's talking about the new, what is it, the Techniques 1200s play 78.
What do those new ones go for? Aren't they going for like $5,000, those fucking new 1200s? I mean the real 1200s.
I think the new 1200s, like the top one is like around $4,000, $4,500, somewhere around there.
My God, I got a 1978 1200 up here, Mark II. Sorry, I'm not paying fucking $4,000 or $5,000 for a turntable ever. Yeah. Right, Eddie?
Yeah.
When I upgrade my record player, I'm probably gonna go with like a low end VPI, like a Scout or.
Yeah, I know a guy's got a Scout. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, when people's gear start getting in the car money, something that they cut out. I just don't have it in me, man.
I've lately been looking at this particular $20,000 record player. It's German. I know a guy that has one.
Is it Einstein?
Oh no!
we all know a guy who has one.
Throw up a link, Aaron, if you didn't see that.
Who wants a link?
Steve.
Okay.
Now Malia's really not going to want to come up.
She had all these old men scared her away. She ain't coming up here.
But there's enough metal guys up here, so.
That's
too many bearded guys on the screen.
Yeah, I was looking at some of those VPIs are fucking nice, man. They get those things get expensive as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Their top model goes up to like $50,000, or is it more?
Yeah.
It's got like a separate stand for a motor and stuff.
Fucking insane, dude.
Hey,
yeah,
Steve.
so I got the new 1200 a couple months ago. I did the
here we go.
The GR, which is like it's the one above the DJ.
So that's the $4,000 one?
No, it's 1600.
Oh, okay. Well, that ain't bad.
And they have a new DJ turntable. I think it's the Mark 7, and it's $999.
Mark 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had my Mark 2 for a decade, and I had Mark 5s before that. So, but I did a video though. You guys can go check out the video. I did a comparison video with the SL12 with the Mark 2 versus the GR. It's a pretty big difference.
Why don't you just tell us so we don't have to go watch it?
No, that's what I'm saying. It was a pretty big difference. I didn't think it was going to be as big a difference in sound as it is.
What do you set your weight on?
Difference, Steve? I'm curious. What's the age difference between those two?
So mine was an 82, my Mark II, and it got redone a few years ago. The power cable was going bad, so I put some new boards in it and stuff. So that was just like 5 or 6 years ago. And then the new one's brand new, 2022.
What weight do you set on your tone arm out of curiosity? I mean, obviously it depends on the stylus, but
so for my cartridge, I think I set it right at 2.
2? Okay. Just I show up, I DJ and they're there, and I never know what to set the weight at to play 45s and stuff, you know.
With the DJ cartridges, it's different. They're usually heavier.
I usually set it like 275.
When I used to DJ, I set it at 3 most of the time. Yeah. But that was the long, pointy DJ.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll show up and one will be on 5 and one will be on 1. Like so.
Wow. Yeah, 5's pretty heavy. No, I got these standard cards.
Not because it was set at 5, but just because someone used it before me and it's sitting at, people fuck around.
Well, a lot of the old school DJs at scratch records would set it to like 4 or 5.
I think it depends on the venue.
I know that's not good, but
venue wise, you might have to set it that high to keep it from skipping. You got people dancing around. But I've got a matching pair of these EL Stantons up here, these 680s.
Okay.
And I got one on my 1200 and one on my 16. And I got those set at a little bit over 2, and they run just fine at fucking 2. Like there's a misconception that you got to run your DJ carts at insane fucking weights, and you don't have to. Depending on what you got, like I'd say there are some brands where you have to run it at that kind of weight just to get it to sound right. But these Stantons they're the shit. I mean, they're original, brand new stock. I got new old stock, and they're 78 to 80. And they run phenomenally, man, for a DJ cart. Everything you hear is on these matching Stanton ELs, man, and they sound fucking great.
Now mine are this one. I've got an Audio Technica.
Did you put on that 540 ml or did you get the 740?
I've got both. I haven't put I got the 760. I haven't put it on yet though.
I just put on.
When I bought the turntable, I got this for like half off because this is like $600. And I got it for half price with the turntable. So.
Damn! I just put on the 540 ml on.
Yeah, that's what's on there right now is the 540. I've had that for 2 years now.
Yeah, I just put that on my Riga, and I got that set at like the 2 grams, I think.
Yeah, it's like 1.8 to 2.4 or something like that.
Yeah, I just put on 2 even. That thing tracks insanely well. Like that needle, since I put it on, hasn't skipped once. Well,
you know what's cool about that needle? It goes deeper in the groove. So I've got records that sound like shit on my with other needles, and because that one goes deeper in the groove, it'll sound awesome on this one. But I've also had the inverse happen too. I just bought the new Blind Guardian album, and the first album of that Blind Guardian set, with the 540, it sounds terrible. It sits too far down. So I put the other needle on, and it sounds perfect.
It does make a huge difference. The profile makes a massive difference. You know what I mean? So that's why I know these ELs run pretty good. Because if you can run these DJ carts at around 2.25 ish, because they'll run up to over 5.
Yeah, with the DJ cartridges though, if you're not actually DJing when you're in a club where there's bass hitting and all that, you don't need to have it too heavy.
Yeah,
I would say like 2 right around 2 for any cartridge these days.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day when we had those metal fucking cartridges that were soldered onto the metal rod, I'm sure those were cracking at like 5 or 6.
Do any of you guys watch the channel 6 a.m.?
I don't know.
Not me.
He just did well, not just, but like a couple videos back, he was talking about this fucking suitcase turntable.
Oh yeah.
And he weighed the he weighed the stylus, and it was like fucking 6.5, 7 grams.
Oh man.
Wow. You know what's funny about that though? You see all these videos now with people talking shit about young kids with their Crossleys and their suitcase turntables. That's what everybody had back in the 70s and 80s. I guarantee if you got a record from the 60s or 70s, it was played to shit on a suitcase fucking turntable, and it still plays just fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had one of those. My turntable was so unuser friendly that it wouldn't even turn on until you shut the lid.
Yeah, I remember that.
The lid's got to weigh like half a pound, so it's probably 50 grams of weight on its fucking record.
I remember one of my turntables from back then had it was like a flat piece of metal with like the little diamond tip soldered onto it. And to replace it, you had to pop that off and solder a new tip onto it.
Oh my God.
A little piece of sheet metal sticking out of the fucking, it cracks me. It sounded good though, at least what I remember. I mean, it was 40 years ago, but.
Who remembers those styluses that you could flip?
That's what's on my
I have one.
The one I got in here, that I got a 1970-ish GE. They say portable, but it weighs about fucking 55 pounds. But that's got the flip on it, where you can flip it to 45 to run your 45s, or 70 or
78.
I think it's, you flip it for 78. Yeah.
Yeah. My hi-fi tube player console has the flip, so I could do 78.
Yeah, I learned a long time ago with the 70
LP 45.
I learned a long time ago with the 78s not to use your regular cartridge on it.
Yeah. But it's not going to hurt it. It's just going to sound like ass because it goes between the grooves.
Yeah, you can literally see the chips flying off the record while you're.
But now if you have a worn out 45, you could where the damage is below, you could play a 78 on it, and it'll just read the upper grooves. It's interesting, and you will get rid of some of the distortion.
Mm.
That's the nice thing about having those two different needles, though, because like I said, that the 540 goes deep in the groove. So I have had records where if I swap out the needle, the one that sits higher up will play a lot nicer. And I see that with a lot of older 45s too. When you play up higher, it distorts. Whereas if you get deeper in the grooves, it actually sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, there's not like a set rule. Like it's crazy. And then some, if you have a small needle, will play just the bottom. It'll actually hit the bottom. There's no. Yeah, every record's different.
You guys were talking about that Humming Guru though. I just got one like a month ago, and I love that. Eric, you mentioned that the Record Doctor. So I had a Record Doctor, and it's on the floor right now. The Humming Guru blows it away. It's so much easier too.
But so did you just go straight Record Doctor?
3 minutes later, it's done and dry.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky. Every cleaning gear I've been given is everything I own as far as cleaning gear has been given to me. So
all right, let's switch gears from audiophile stuff. Here we got a question from Boingo. If you want to participate,
Bruce Willis, Return of Bruno.
Oh, you did?
I love Saturday Night Fever. I've got the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
What was yours,
Return of
Aaron?
Bruno. That'd be mine.
Sammy Johns, remember Chevy Truck and all those songs?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I just purged all that shit. I had a bunch of it, just stupid album covers and stuff. I had so much just dumb, bad album covers and just like.
You still got to, dude. You got to keep like a little bit of a baloney pile though. Like,
yeah, I mean, I got a little bit. Like, I got 2 Live Crew just because. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you find the original
baloney records, though, you'll go to 10 years later and you fucking love it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to get rid of your baloney just yet.
Yeah, I mean, it may annoy the shit out of you now, but in 10 years, it may just blow your mind.
I mean, I actually got this next to me. I still have like random stuff like fucking, hey man, this fucking light on me, got about it. Like this trucker comp. You know what I mean? Like I still got random dumb shit in my collection. You know what I mean? But as far as like just like
that's not too embarrassing though. I can't.
No, not too.
I have Culture Club in with the new wave.
Oh, John, this is your track
of it. I don't know.
The older I get, the more I appreciate. The older I get, the more I appreciate. I tumble for you.
Or Grease.
Yeah, I have 80s pop.
Somebody kick him out of here, please.
I don't know if there's like if someone had to inspect my records, there's nothing I have to hide. Like, or if I
don't hide anything, but I
have the California Raisins album, but that's what's the name?
That's pretty good.
Amazing album.
I used to have that on cassette. I got
Dude,
that
it's so good.
Swipe that.
Here you go, Boingo. I told Boingo Sammy Johns was my my most embarrassing. But look, I actually have Sammy Johns on 8-track as well. So I think that bumps up the embarrassment.
Yeah, hold that up
even higher.
Yeah, but that's not too embarrassing, though.
That's
John,
70s.
what's the
John? Would you be embarrassed to own Bruce Willis, The Return of Bruno? That's probably my.
Yeah, that would never enter the house. Yeah, that would be.
Oh, you know what I have? I have the. What's the guys in the '90s that were lip syncing?
The Bugaloos. That's pretty cool, though.
Oh, do you mean the duo you were talking about?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. What was their name?
Girl, you know it's true.
Yeah, I have that album. I just bought that
Milli
recently.
Milli Vanilli. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Milli Vanilli.
One guy was so embarrassed he took himself out.
Yeah.
Now that's another level of embarrassment right there.
I think he's also.
Nowadays, you get
I
famous
think it
for
also
doing that
followed
on
years of
YouTube.
heroin use.
It's because there's different levels of shame. There's shame around your inner circle, and then there's shame around the world.
That's right. Global shame.
Anywhere, you know.
Aren't you that guy? No.
They would see him. They go up to him.
I think the other most embarrassing one is the uncensored version of Stryper's "To Hell with the Devil." That's
Bro, I got
Joe.
that cassette. Yeah.
I've got that one too.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that they had to censor that cover for Christian bookstores. Like that just.
Well, the reason I bought it because it had the warning on the back before they could repeal them all or whatever. It says, many things can be misconstrued in life, but let's make it clear the only place that the devil belongs is in hell. And then it had a Bible verse on it. So it had a hype sticker on the back that tells you no, this is indeed anti-devil music. You know what I mean? And it's priceless. There's a warning in case Christian metal was there to convert heathens or turn people.
This is the best one for that though.
Oh Jesus, vengeance, God!
Yeah, the Vengeance Rising. They censored this. They thought this was too much for Christian bookstores, so it came with a sticker to cover it up.
Oh, this thing is worse.
How is
Yeah,
that
no, it's
any
way worse.
fucking better?
You made it like a gay album.
That's a killer trash album.
Christian gay album, excuse you.
Dude, I remember back in the day, my mom bought me a bunch of fucking Vengeance Rising tapes when she saw us getting into like punk and shit. And me and my friends would just like listen to the Once Dead record.
Yeah.
The Roger Martinez, the vocalist, dude, he sounded exactly like Anne Ramsey from Throw Mama from the Train and the Goonies.
Oh no.
His
Like,
voice on
They
that
serve tongue here.
his voice on that first album was really crazy. His voice got better with the other albums, but yeah, that first one was nuts.
And the cover to Once Dead, where they're all like zombies in hell, but then they're up in heaven, like above it. Like, oh god, just a rough.
I think most of my most embarrassing stuff is on 8-track, but that's honestly part of what I have this collection for is for that stuff that I don't want to
bought
get
it
on
for
vinyl.
Kitsch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Have y'all,
or,
yeah.
have y'all
you know,
seen this picture circulating on Instagram? The guy from Striper and King Diamond.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was from like 2 days ago.
Wow, he's thumbs up in King Diamond.
Yeah. They're throwing the devil sign and throwing up sign. So
Oh no.
it's
Well,
all good.
We know
Yeah.
where he's heading.
He's a poser.
Enjoy your time, bud. You're gonna burn.
Which one, King Diamond or fucking? Is that Michael?
No, they've been
Sweet?
saying that about Michael Sweet since the 80s. They've always said he's a poser.
mhm. Oh, I hated that band. Oh.
His name is Michael Sweet. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
I like the band. I can't stand. He's a douchebag. He just did you hear that stuff he did with Scott? With one of the labels that Scott works for?
No.
So they bought the rights to do 3 of the Striper albums on gold disc. So they released them, and Striper went on their webpage and said that they were bootlegs and not to buy them. So they lost like 500 pre-orders, people canceling because Michael Sweet kept saying they were bootlegs and they didn't have the rights to release them. So, they showed the proof that not only did they have the rights to release them, they paid the band money they didn't have to pay because the band doesn't own those records.
Oh wow.
So they lost all kind of money. And then, well, hang on, it gets better. Then like a month ago, they said, oh, hey, we've got these new gold discs on our website.
Oh my
So
god.
they ended up releasing them after
No,
said they were bootlegs for like 4 months.
What kind of Christian does that? You know what I mean?
There's all kind of stories about him doing stuff like that.
Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not steal.
I mean, they have like their own
Thou shalt not sell gold albums on your site.
Did they used to have like fucking Striper Fest or some shit like in Texas? Like
Every
you
time I
go
hear
to
Striper now,
a whole Striper festival. Like what the
Well, what's funny is I went and saw them 2 years ago when they were here in Atlanta, and it was like a tribute tour. So it was half Striper and half covers. And like whenever they would do like Black Sabbath, and like the guys in the crowd would start booing because it wasn't Christian music. It was hilarious watching these guys get mad. They're doing like Motorhead and they're doing a great job. It sounds fucking killer, and everybody's like booing because it's not Christian songs. It was hilarious.
every time I hear mention of Striper now, has anyone ever seen the movie with The Rock, Pain and Gain?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous movie about bodybuilders. It's a true crime movie. It's genuinely fucking funny. It's Michael Bay, although I don't generally like Michael Bay movies.
That's Michael Bay's best movie.
And I really think so, dude. But there's a kind of subplot where they're trying to get through the next stage of the movie, and they use Striper to their advantage to hustle someone. And I can't hear mention of Striper and not think of that movie.
But the best 2 things Michael Bay ever did were that movie and the video to that one Meatloaf song.
Oh, Meatloaf.
He did the video to, what was it? I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yeah.
That's a Michael Bay production, that video.
I did not know that.
That's an 8-track, Aaron.
That was the first album that really pissed me off. Was Bad Out of Hell. I remember going
The album
to the
cover was so amazing.
I was at the library and I was just getting into metal, and I was at the library and they had that record. So I pulled it out. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be killer. and I put it on the record player at the library. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, you're a little younger than me because I remember that record. Like that was a
Oh no,
big
no,
record.
this was about the time. I mean, this was like probably 83 or 84. So it was. It was
Remember
early.
Meatloaf used to always have
never
ads
was
in the
into
back of comic books. Like there's always a Meatloaf ad in comic books, like Marvel and
I just
DC
that
comics.
and the Molly Hatchet. I love the Molly Hatchet album, but that Molly Hatchet debut, that's probably the two most metal album covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got the Frazetta album covers. Yeah.
But that first one with the Death Dealer, I mean, that looks like
Yeah.
straight up metal.
And the snow dwarfs on the cover of
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I played that 8-track when I was a kid. I thought it was going to be something special.
There
It was
it is.
just Meatloaf.
Like if
Yeah.
the cover was only as nearly as good as the music, you know what I mean?
That was like the Columbia House Records, you know, that when they still had 8 tracks as an option, you could do cassettes, LP, or 8 tracks, and like those, like the Nazareth, the Meatloaf, those were staples.
It's
every
funny,
issue.
actually, Eric, that you showed that. Was it the truck driver song or what? The truck driver record, whatever it was? Because those old 8-track ads always had like one of those big rig comps on the ad.
It has one of John's favorite tracks on there too. John had what's the CB track on there, man?
That's the one. That's what I'm thinking of.
What's the CB track, John?
CB Bandit. CB Bandit.
No,
Bro, I never saw John laugh. So John was about 14 beers deep.
I was drunk.
Oh my god, dude, you're wiping with tears. You're red in the face. You're like, it was hilarious, dude.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of those truck driver 8 tracks. It's got the big rig on the cover.
There's some good tunes from that genre, you know.
Yeah.
Like what, Convoy? That's not a good song.
No, give me 40 acres. Turn this rig around.
Actually,
Phantom 309.
Always be on the ads.
Convoy's also not a good movie. Just if we're talking about Convoy, like in truck shit, like.
Oh yeah.
It was during the CB era. Remember when CBs were huge?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, you had the movies. It was like Smokey and the Bandit, Honky Tonk Freeway, and then the TV show had BJ and the Bear and Sheriff Elmo.
Cross country. We did a cross country trip one year to see family in Florida from Arizona, and my dad put the CB in the Oldsmobile, and we thought that was the coolest fucking thing. Listen to that CB. Listen to the truck drivers talk back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a
CB
12-foot
even
tall
in
antenna.
like Aaron, probably in New Jersey too, but even in New York, and we're all like ethnic immigrants, like second generation or first generation, third generation. But like cowboy hats and the belt buckles were all big after like Urban Cowboy and
Oh yeah.
you know, like, we're fucking like they're Italian New Yorkers or German New Yorkers. Not me or my family, but like it was out there. Cowboy.
Gillies was
You can blame him for
Cowboy
all that
boots.
shit. You can blame him for the disco craze. You can blame him for the early '80s biker jackets and then for the urban shit.
Like 2 years ago, I watched Urban Cowboy. Like 2 years ago, I watched Urban Cowboy for the first time in years and years and years, and all you remember is that it's like a love story, and you forget how fucking dysfunctional they are. That like he's like they're beating each other, and shooting at each other, and shit. You're like, oh fuck, I haven't seen this in forever, man.
Yeah, the van craze was huge. My old man he bought a 70, right in the middle of the van craze, 77 Econoline.
Nice.
And he built the interior out to look like a ship. It looked like a ship inside, like an old wooden ship. The back
shag carpet had to be involved somewhere.
Shag everywhere. He had his little hidden flap where he'd hide all his liquor in there and shit. And he had the CB. His handle was the Breeze. That was his CB handle. No shit, his handle was the Breeze.
Dude,
my uncle's carpet lifted up, and there was a little hole to drop the weed through because he figured the cops would see you throwing it out the window, but if it went under your car, they would never see it.
Oh, it went down to the ground.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it ever worked, but yeah.
My old man wasn't ever throwing away anything. He just had a little compartment.
We did have a duster that was rusted out, so I could lift up the thing and I could watch the highway go by. My father would dump his old coffee like down the floor.
That's great.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man, the good old days.
Oh fuck.
That same kind of hole in the floorboard thing. I was taking my sister and her boyfriend
Rubber
to the
mats,
movies this time. Yeah, I had a '71 Riviera, had a bullet back Riviera. It was a really cool car. But the back floor pans were fucking gone. It was just, you couldn't tell, but there was just carpet and then the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. It was like this rubber mat you could lift up.
Yeah. We hit,
watch
it was
the
pouring
highway.
rain. It was pouring rain, John, this day, and I was taking him to drop him off at the movies. And we hit this massive puddle, and about 20 gallons of water came flying up in the back of the floor. Just doused him in mud and fucking carpet and foam.
That was the thing, though. That was the first thing that went out on every old car was the fucking floorboards.
Yeah.
Especially anywhere they salt.
Especially in the Northeast with salt and everything. They used
We
to
would
put
go steal
salt.
signs in the middle of the night and cut them up to fill in the floors.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm still hanging out at the peanut gallery, but I got to brush my teeth and lay out tomorrow's work clothes and everything. But I'm chilling. I just got to go off camera. Yeah.
All right,
Eric,
I'm good
yeah,
to remember you just like
Take
this.
care, Edom.
Yeah.
Take care, Eric. Love that guy.
I've still got that 73 Oldsmobile, though. It's out in my garage.
Still got a hole in the floorboard?
No.
Using a stop sign to patch it up?
No, that wasn't that car.
Where'd our stop sign go in the neighborhood? I'll tell you, it went under my
we didn't do
floor.
it from our neighborhood. It was always
Somebody else's neighborhood?
somebody else's stop
You
sign.
never stole signs from your own neighborhood.
I'd take them from my neighborhood. Fuck that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not driving 3 blocks. I didn't stop at the stop signs anyway. That's where you go faster.
Oh shit. Ugh.
The shit these kids will never see.
No.
I
How
think
would
my
they even
second,
deal
my
with
second car was a 76 Pontiac Grand Prix, and it had no floorboards in the driver's side. I put a board in there so that my feet wouldn't fucking hit the street.
Yeah.
Aaron, I got to bounce. I got to take my dogs outside. They've been wanting to go outside for a while now.
Oh yeah,
You don't just let them poop in your humming guru?
No. I need an upgrade for that.
Okay. That's the extra tank.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Nice to
Later,
come
Good
by.
night,
Ed.
Addy. Good to see
Take
you.
care, brother.
I had a buddy with a Nova that wouldn't go into reverse. So he'd pop it into neutral, and he'd either park on a hill or whoever he was giving a ride to had to get out and push it in reverse.
Yeah. My buddy had a car, the same exact thing. It had no reverse. The motherfucker would always pull in anyway, and I have to be the guy that pushed him out every time backwards.
Yeah.
Can you just pull in another spot or park in the middle so you can just kind of?
Just go.
Nah, you
I
push me
remember-
out.
I remember at the schoolyard there was like a hill he could park on. So most days he could like back down the hill. But yeah, anytime we all went out with his car.
My first car,
We had to push it.
I drove my first car until the brake pads dropped off the rotors, and I just used the e-brake for like 6 months. Like that was all I used to stop.
Nice.
Remember drum brakes? Oh man.
I was gonna say Eric had it good. He had disc brakes, man.
I got rear drums.
I'd have to go out with the fucking emery cloth.
Deglaze them.
I took it in. They're like, "What have you been using to stop the car?" I'm like, "The e-brake." They're like, "The e-brake is not designed to just stop the car," and I'm like, "It seems to work."
It's working pretty good for me.
Yeah, some of those rat rods, they put those old drum brakes on them. They got like 500 horsepower and those shitty ass brakes.
Oh yeah. One of the first cars I had. It wasn't the first car I had, but it was the first car that I was building. So when I got my license, I could drive. And it was a 1970 Riviera. GS had a 455, and the thing was fucking awesome. But I had put a new carburetor on it. What I didn't realize was the carburetor was different, and the linkage was rubbing up against the intake manifold. And so I get this car all built, and I'm getting ready to take this fucker out for the first time, John. I swear to God. I'm in my driveway. It was like on a slight grade, and then there's a 2-car garage down ahead, brick wall. I go to hit it. It's in gear. There's so much. It's like 500 foot-pounds of torque in this fucking car. I hit it. It pins it wide open, and I got both of my feet mashed on this. It went right through the fucking garage, dude. It's knocked the wall down, both garage doors. The fucking roof started coming down. All these bricks fell on the car. Like 6 bricks hit the window, didn't break the window. I got like a small dent in the front. but I had to work for like the next year and a half just to pay to rebuild the garage. Oh. Jesus, dude!
For a car you paid $600 for, probably.
Yeah, it took me like a year to pay $1,200 on this car.
$1,200, yeah.
I was so proud of it too.
My first car was a free 82 Honda Civic or 83 Honda Civic that was wrecked. The front end was wrecked, and the guy was like, "I just want to get rid of it." So I took it. I found a big pole and hooked a chain up to it, and just kept backing it up until it's straight. The front end straight back up.
Nice.
And it had a plastic front bumper, so once it popped back out, you couldn't tell it was wrecked. So I drove that thing into the ground, though. Spent like $1,000 on the stereo system on this free fucking Honda that I got. It sounded really fucking good, but it was slow as fuck.
Yeah, getting the cassette in there was a big deal. Taking out the AM radio and putting in FM and cassette.
So
what was your first car, John? What's the first car that you owned?
79 Malibu was my first car.
Not bad. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was a bike. I didn't have a car till I was in my 20s.
My first car was a '85 Dodge Omni, which had previously been owned by like the electric company. Like, it's like one of those, like the Dodge Omni was the exact same car as like the Plymouth Horizon, which was the exact same car as like the Chrysler something or other.
It's a K car platform.
It was like root beer brown, looked like shit. And I put a tape player in there, but the tape player wouldn't fit once I took the factory AM FM out. It wasn't designed to take an aftermarket stereo. So I had to take like a metal bracket and mount it.
Yeah, you put it on the bottom. Yeah, the metal bracket. Yeah.
I put it on the dash. I mounted it on the top of the dash.
Yeah, on the dash.
Right on the top
in New
of
York, you put it underneath, and then you put a magazine in between it because they would rob radios. So you want to see the AM unhooked,
Nobody
and you couldn't see the radio.
I had like the speakers duct taped to like the front air vents and like the back freaking headrests of the back seat. So anybody sitting in the back couldn't put their head against the headrest because there's just a speaker back there.
Nice.
My first ride, it was a '81 Kawasaki 250.
Oh, your first vehicle was a motorcycle.
Yep.
I dig
I
that.
couldn't afford a car. Cool. It was my mom was.
That's rad as fuck, dude. That's
he had he sold it to me for $200. It had 1,500 miles on it. This is like 92. It was 12 years old and had like a couple less than 1,000 miles on it.
You still ride?
Now, my last bike was when I was in Japan. I had what was it? A 900, a crotch rocket.
Yeah.
But that was 2005.
Where in Japan were you living, Steve?
I was in Atsugi. It's about an hour from Tokyo. It's like Solid City. I mean, I say an hour from Tokyo. It was Solid City from where I was all the way into Tokyo. It's not.
Yeah, it's like when I went there. It's like we flew into Narita, right, which is technically Tokyo, but like it's still an hour.
Yeah, it's like an hour north. Yeah,
right. To get to actual Tokyo from the airport, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was there from 97 to 2005.
Damn. I like Japan a lot. We went from Tokyo to Kyoto and then down to Hiroshima, Nagasaki for a little bit, and then up to Kobe and then back to Tokyo before we came back.
It's a cool place, man. All the scenes there are really killer. They've got like the hip hop scene there is
the fucking rockabilly, man. The rockabilly kids, dude.
The rockabilly scene there is insane. The biker scene is insane.
I can't take the Japanese serious. I no offense. I don't mean,
dude,
but like
John, you haven't lived until you've seen
the rockabilly.
You haven't lived until you've seen a Japanese doo-wop band outside the mall.
I could just imagine they were just it was like a copycat thing. It would be like us starting like samurai warriors and we get the costume right. And like, it doesn't make any cultural sense. Like
they even have
pretend to be like pirates, like, and we all dress like pirates. It just doesn't. When I see these guys dressing like American, it just kills me.
I like the Japanese white trash subculture. That's a good one. That one is
it's a costume party, and they get it all wrong. Like they get it right aesthetically, but it's all wrong
Well, it's
in
funny.
spirit.
They always fuck something up. There's always one thing that just drives you fucking nuts about whatever culture they're copying. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we used to run into the Japanese rockabilly guys. It was always fun.
Yeah.
I love that I can say that I've seen a Japanese doo-wop band like outside of the mall, like in Japan. It's just
And they probably
my
sound
God.
fantastic. You know, they get everything right except for
Well, they
that
can't-
Fact
they-
Rex.
They can't
biggest pompadours I've ever seen.
Yeah. That's a different scene though. They've got the regular rockabilly scene and they
Yeah,
got
there's
this,
that's
the
different
guys with
than
the big pompadours.
yeah.
and
It was the
dancing.
authentic rockabilly scene
Yeah.
I used to hang with. But
Yeah.
yeah, it would be like us dressing like Greek fishermen and just like it's just not our culture. Like
It gets weird too because we went to a punk club in Japan and there was this band. I don't remember what they were called, but they were a Nazi band. They were Japanese, but they were singing like Nazi songs, and we're just like, what the fuck? Dude, it was the weirdest fucking thing.
actually, that makes a lot of sense. They were part of the Axis.
There's a thing
Oh,
though,
yeah,
like
actually, that's true. But yeah.
so if you go to like a lot of record stores in Japan, like there's a really famous one in Kyoto. It's like 3 or 4 stories or something like that. They have a section of like Nazi records, like NS, like NS black metal and like RAC.
It's just another weird subgenre for them. They don't look at that shit the same way we do. You know?
Right.
It's really weird.
Yeah,
and they
it kind of blew me
embrace
away when I saw that. I was like, whoa, fucking Screwdriver records. Okay, cool.
All right, look, I got to get
see-
up at 5 o'clock. I
Yep.
want to keep talking. Go ahead, John.
I just want to say I see Russ trying to get up, but his stream isn't working, so we're not blowing
That's
you
okay.
off, brother.
Russ, why don't you come by Saturday? We got Hydra 21 coming up Saturday. I got to get up at 5 in the morning. I got
There
to
he
work
is.
this weekend.
See.
Russ,
Dudes,
dudes.
what was that?
Like,
Were you
you got
just
like
like
30
ending the party?
I got to get up at 5 in the morning, dude. I can't hang if I ain't got my shit together.
I'm on the West Coast over here. It's only 9 o'clock.
I know. Russ, come on
I'm
by
with Aaron.
Saturday.
High Defs is Eric, right? Is that your name?
Yeah, that's Eric. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
So Russ, why don't you come by Saturday and hang out with us for Hydra 21? We'll be up all night hanging around for that one.
All right.
I'm sorry. I want to keep you up here longer, but I got to get up at 5, and I don't have much time, and I got to work the weekend, so I got the holiday kind of grind happening. I appreciate you coming up, though.
What do you
Thank
do?
you.
5 hours.
I own a painting company and wallpaper and stuff, so I'm.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's not like if it was a sit down kind of job, I wouldn't give a shit. But I hardly sit down.
Yeah, I'm with
So
you.
that's why you don't have to join the gym, right?
I still work out. It doesn't quite give me the tone I need, but
Yeah.
it does keep the butt tight.
I'm
But
trying
listen,
to make excuses.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. Keep pushing. It's all right.
Why I don't go to the gym.
Come by Saturday and hang out. Everybody, Steve, thanks for coming up. I appreciate it, brother. Eric, take care. Come by Saturday and hang out. Come on up again on Saturday. We'll hang out some more. John,
I'll be around.
I'll see you on Saturday for Hydra
Yeah,
21.
and
John's
I've
going
not-
to be there.
I was gonna pick out records tonight, and I'm like, fuck, I got 11 hours. I think I'm working tomorrow.
I already got my set list done.
I may be unorganized, but I'll be there.
That's okay. I already finished my set list. Everything's cool. Russ, come by and hang out. All right? Come by Saturday and hang out.
Saturday? Is it just
All
you
right.
two?
Yeah, man.
What's that, Eric?
Is it just you and John, or is Randy going to be there too?
I think Randy's been busy with work and stuff, but I'm pretty sure Randy's going to be up. If not, me and John will extend our sets, and we'll have a lot of people up to hang out. So, Adrian and Joe and everybody else, Aquatic Records, appreciate you, David and Eric and Dave and the other Dave, and miss you and everybody. Appreciate you, Russ. I love your channel. I watch your videos. I just want to let you know that. And
That's sweet. Thanks, man.
come on by Saturday for Hydra 21. It'll be around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. We'll do it all again. We'll extend it out, and I won't worry about having to get up Sunday, even though I got to work Sunday. How's that sound?
Cool.
All right. So until then, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. John, I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Later, y'all.
Don't miss
See you
Hydra
later.
21. I appreciate you guys. Love you all. Thanks for us for coming up for 5 seconds. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me for 5
It's
seconds.
all good. I'll
Later,
see you
guys.
guys soon, okay? Good night,
Take care,
everybody.
guys.
I
Later.
appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Take
All right,
care,
later.
everybody.